Okay. Okay, stream should be starting.
Do you want me to double check anything?
Yeah, go ahead and double check if my audio is good, and if someone wants to test their audio, feel free to test their audio. A few things. You know, last time that we played, it was only Yume and Delia. So I'll have one of them do the sort of like recap. But I also wanted to highlight real quick. Oh, let me hold on. Do that real quick. Please check out the meme board, Kyra and Jude, and let me know what you think happened last time before we get into it.
Wait, what?
Also,
the...
let me check. I love the meme board.
It's a good time.
One of my favorite parts about D&D.
Hell yeah.
Especially with this group. This group does good memes.
Wait, where's the...
Oh, here, let me grab that link for you.
Oh, thank
Is
you.
it not pinned? I think it's pinned.
It should be pinned. I'm gonna send it just in case. Oh shoot! Don't ignore that.
I'm
Ignore
running
that.
away.
Spoilers are
No!
spoilers.
I'm
way.
looking away. I'm looking away.
I didn't even read it, bro. I didn't even read
Okay,
it.
okay. I'm so
I saw a big
sorry.
block of text and I was like, nope, can't read that.
Okay.
I missed it. I want to read it. I miss not knowing.
Okay. I was like, I felt like I just leaked like the, you know, missile codes to the from the Pentagon or something. I was like, what did I just type? Why is there so much text? Ah, spoilers.
Happened.
Oh. Oh my god. I literally, I feel my heart beating in my chest right now.
You're good, homie. You're good.
Okay, interesting.
Ethan, do you think I'm a bad mother? My name is Jake.
Alright, yeah, Leslie, if I could have you do the recap then, since I think, I want to give Kat some more time to, you know, eat and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Uh,
show.
Do you want me to give him a minute to look at the meme board and make?
I think we've
I don't know,
seen.
guesses?
I think we've seen enough. Yeah, just
Okay.
give a quick, you know, 1 to 2 minute recap. I know a lot happened, but you know.
Okay, I'm gonna try to summarize it as best as I can. Okay.
Yeah.
So, this was maybe like 6 years in the past or so. We go to Delia. Delia's living in like Atlantis, like the city of Atlantis.
Pretty much.
And then not Sable, but Pam. Her mom Pam is like, hey, it's just like eating breakfast, like having ponchas, right? And her mom Pam is like, hey, so you have these magic powers? So we're basically gonna send you to boarding camp, like to boarding school. Like we got you like a tutor and you're gonna leave. And so she's gonna help you like hone in your powers and get good. And Delia was like, what the fuck did I do wrong? Like, why are you kicking me out of my own home? And she's like, well, you didn't do anything wrong, but like, you know, like you can't like get better here. And Delia was like, what the fuck? Okay, well, when are you kicking me out? When am I leaving? And she's like, like in 10 minutes. Like, you gotta go. And it super caught Delia off guard. She was like, what the fuck? She like thought she fucked up. Delia's like 13, right? And so, one of, oh my god, what was that hot girl from last season? What was her name? Calliope. One of Calliope.
Stop.
One of Calliope.
We stand Calliope in this household.
Thank you. One of Calliope's like magic peoples, water peoples was like, "Hi, I am Kaya." It was Kyra without the R. My name is Kaya.
Okay, alright.
It was. It's just like, my name is Kaya, and I'm gonna like fucking, I don't know, be your tutor or whatever. And Julia was like, all right, I guess, whatever. And so they're going on their adventure, and then you cut to Yume, and Yume is like making Mamoru, but it's like this tiny little robot thing. It's the thing that's holding band-aids in the meme board, if you look at it.
Yeah.
And it's like it was like the first Field Defender that Yume ever made, and the Artificer mom is like really scared that Yumi's gonna hurt themselves, and was like, oh my god, are you hurt? Oh my god, band-aids. Is like, dude, it's fine. And the running joke is like, I promise I'm gonna have the little steel defender, like version 2.0 is gonna like have band-aids, okay? So that way, like if I get hurt, you know? And she's like, okay, I feel better. Hey, by the way, someone needs help. So I go to the town, I meet Delia and this other person, and Kaya is basically like, hey, we have this magic pen, Sable's magic pen, and we needed to work with Delia and her like blood magic or whatever. And so I was like, okay, let me tinker with this. And I basically turned it into a tattoo gun. And I was like, here, if you tattoo yourself with this, the ink and your blood will mix together because that was supposed to be the whole thing. Your blood and this ink will mix together, and then you can like cast magic spells using this like the tattoos on your skin. And she was like, "Oh, dope! I've never gotten a tattoo." And so Yume made a tattoo for Delia, the little fish that you see in the group chat.
I just want to add, Delia was 13 when she got a tattoo.
Delia was 13 when she got a tattoo. Yume was about 15 when this happened, and Yume already had a bunch of tattoos. Like everybody on this fucking island had tattoos. Like as like a kind of like a heritage tribal kind of thing.
A gay thing.
So it's a very gay thing. Okay, but anyway, so Yumi gives Delia her first tattoo. They like said hi, and Yumi was like, "These people say hi very interestingly." Anyway, so then Delia basically and Kaya were on and off coming to the island to visit Yume and do all the stuff. We basically fast forwarded to before we all met, like just before we all met, so like 5 years into the future. And it was like, okay, you guys are gonna do your final test. And so Delia's final test was to use her magic and to summon Nyx. And she was able to summon Nyx. Nyx can talk to her and nobody else. And then Yume's final challenge was to take the little tiny Mamuro, the little monkey sort of thing, and turn it into this big ass fucking steel defender. And that happened, and then immediately after that happened, these two big asteroids came and like hit the island.
2-minute
and everybody was like, thank you. Everybody was like, oh shit, what do we do? And then we went and we were looking around and we got attacked, and it was like we found these like dragon eggs. Well, we found a dragon egg, and then another one was smashed open. Somebody went up to the second dragon egg, broke it open using a bunch of force, and then killed the dragon that was inside, and there was blood everywhere. Okay. It was like an absolute massacre. We took the second dragon egg, which was like cracked open, but it wasn't like completely like open. And we took it and we like ran. We were like all Mamoru, we ran. Nyx noticed danger and was like, go back to the village, I got them. And basically Nyx sacrificed themselves from these like ice people. And we ran off. Delia almost died. I don't remember how much HP Delia had left, like 2 or 3 HP.
It was 9.
Oh, it was 9? Okay. It was like a little fucking sliver in the whole beam of health. Delia was about to die. Kat played her very, like, she was traumatized. This was the first time she saw death, and, like, the massacre of the dragon, like, really fucked her up. And, like, she just summoned Nyx, and Nyx fucking died. And then her person had to be like, oh, no, you can resummon Nyx. Like, it's okay. Like, it'll be fine. You can have them again. And so there's, like, a lot of really scary shit going on. And then I took the egg and I gave it to my artificer mom. Yeah, and I think that's what's going on. And that's why the meme board says that Rio is the meanest CM, because he fucking killed the dog.
I'm gonna kill that dog.
I'm gonna kill that dog. Yeah. Oh, and Mamoru, as promised, Mamoru saw Delia all fucked up, had a little compartment, and it just, like, ejected fucking band-aids. It, like, threw band-aids at Delia.
Yeah.
As promised.
Very good review. Yume, you will receive a inspiration for this session for reviewing. Appreciated. Yeah, and without further ado, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. Ling probably won't be showing up on account of Ling not being encountered yet. But, could I have... We're not doing a combat, but could I have, oh, here, let me clear this. Could I have, Chad and Delia, or not Chad and Delia, Chad and Rose Quartz, roll for initiative, just to see whose backstory we see first?
Oh.
Oh,
You-
right.
yeah.
Chad has advantage on initiative, technically. Well, I guess we know what we're doing first. Alright.
Already.
For time reasons, I'm gonna limit the, each sort of backstory scene to about 15 minutes, just to give everyone, like, an idea of how long they're gonna take or so. But yeah, that way everyone can get, you know, a little bit of a scene, and again, multiple people will be worked in, every so often. Alright, cool. So. Oh, I can't get ad, god fucking damn it. Okay, there we go. Alright, one moment please, as I bring you over to the map. Okay, can everyone see the map?
Yes.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I see our backstories.
Yeah, those should still be,
Okay. There.
yeah, okay. Hold
Okay.
on. Alright, Chad. Chad, you were actually running through town as, we happened upon your scene. You're running some errands from the orphanage. You have been given, I want to say, 50 gold pieces. So let me just type that real quick. You've been given 50 gold pieces, to go get some supplies for the orphanage, some food and whatnot. However, you have just recently been, you've just recently pledged yourself to your frat, Gamma Alpha Upsilon. And, so you are rushing into town and you are a little pressed for time because you have a dilemma. You're supposed to meet up with 2 of your childhood friends to go get supplies with those 50 gold pieces, but your big has, requested that you help him out. So who do you go to? Your big in your frat, or your 2 childhood friends?
Well, considering that I just rushed and my loyalty's there, cause I gotta do it for my big. I'm gonna go to my big, cause cause like yeah, he just holds a little fear, or he instills a little fear in me if I don't listen to him, you know, as frat things go.
All right. You run over. In the forked road, you turn left to meet up with your big. You don't know what he's asking for yet, but Aaron, with his backwards hat, he's just kind of like leaning against a wall. He looks at you and says, "Saw, dude."
Is this fucking Aaron Yeager?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I go up to him and be like, hey big bro, what's going on? You need me or something?
Saw, listen, little, I'm a little low on funds right now, and, I need to borrow some cash. I'm trying to, you know, smoke a fat one with, me and some of the other new pledges. How much you got on you?
I just gotta. I was sent out to buy some shit for the orphanage back at home. You know how it is. So I got a couple of stuff on me. I don't know. Maybe I could give you some. How much you need?
You know, just give me like all of it. You know, I mean, you can smoke some too. You know, like I'm not gonna forget my little.
What kind of shit you be smoking, dog?
Oh, it's that good gnome weed, my dude. Like, it's A1, fucking all sauced up. It's got like all you could ever want. It's got like mad flavors and shit. Come on, walk with me. Let's go over to me with my guy.
No weed shit. All right. Let's go link up with your plug.
Alright, and as you're walking over with Aaron, Chad, could you tell me a little bit about, like, what you think about the frat a little bit? You know, kind of the reason why Chad decided to, like, venture a little bit outside of the orphanage to join.
Yeah, you know, so like being in the orphanage all my life didn't have like a sense of brotherhood, you know. I mean, like, yeah, I raised like some of my I guess considered sibling. I would consider my siblings here and there, but like I don't think I ever found a real genuine connection with them. Like I always had plans of just like, you know, dipping out whenever I'm old enough and stuff. Like I always wanted to just like, I don't know. Nothing was nothing was gonna be forever. I was just gonna bounce when I had the chance. But when I found this frat, like I don't know, for the first time in my life, it's something that I wanted to be a part of, wanted to stay. Could definitely see me and my brothers just growing up together. You know, just having a blast, like learning things about one another. You know, maybe we'll go on some vacations, and I don't know, maybe like maybe I'll just like, I don't know, like I want to grow old with them. You know, have like a happy life. You know, settle down with them. Cause they're my bros. They're just my bros. Like I just have that loyalty towards my bros. Like all love to them. You know. Um, so yeah, I just the moment I joined the frat, I saw all the guys that I could spend the rest of my life with, and I knew from the start, like, this is where I was meant to be, you know?
Hell yeah. Aaron's like, Gamma Alpha Upsilon, Gamma Alpha, you know, he starts, like, hyping you up a little bit as you guys are reminiscing. Aaron's like, alright, dude, like, we're almost there. I don't know if you met him, but my guy Wolf has, you know, started growing his own shit recently, so we're gonna go, you know, over him and buy some. Chad, go ahead and make a history check for me, please.
Oh gosh, this is horrible.
The name Wolf doesn't really ring a bell. It must be one of the pledges, one of your P-bros you haven't met yet. But as you're walking up, could I have you now make a perception check for me, as you and Chad are about to, like, enter the town square sort of proper? Oh, wow. Alright, it's meant to be. You see your two childhood friends who also are at the orphanage. You were supposed to meet up with them earlier. Colin, a young boy from the Light Island, his house burned down when he was, you know, a kid, and so he has asthma, and he has a lot of trouble sort of, like, with his day-to-day sometimes when he exerts himself. And next to him is another childhood friend of yours, Olimar, but most of his friends call him Olim, and he's always been kind of like a weirder kid, but, you know, very well-meaning. And on a natural 20, you notice something really weird. Both of them seem like they got beat up recently. They both have some bruises and stuff, and they're kind of sitting by the side, you know, kind of just like, they seem a little shaken up. And over to your right is a guy who, his hands are a little bruised up, and he's smoking a fat one. And Aaron's like, "So, Wolf, what is up, my dude?" And Wolf, as he puffs out some smoke, is counting some coins, and he's like, "Yo, what the fuck is up? Hey, is this one of my new P-bros? What is up, my dude?" And Chad, as Wolf walks closer, a natural 20, I will let you know, he looks very different now, having changed his haircut. He has dyed his hair, gotten some tattoos since you last saw him. The guy in front of you is the guy who used to bully you as a kid. Oh, you've gotten into fights with this guy before. His real name is Rich, but it seems like he's going by Wolf nowadays. Wolf reaches out to, like, dap you up.
Oh, yo, bro, haven't I feel like haven't I seen you before? Like, like, Wolf, like, where the fuck did you come from?
I just want to add real quick, Chad, that you would know that Rich got kicked out of the orphanage for getting into a fight.
Ooh.
Yeah, but on that note, what question did Chad ask again?
I guess it'd just be like, where he's been lately, like knowing that he got kicked out, like where has he been since then?
He takes another hit of his joint, and he says, "Oh, you know, been soul searching, fucking became my own man, you know, out on these streets, started my own business, investing. You should invest too, man. I could tell you about some shit. But I just saw these two nerds from the place I used to live at, and let's just say they had some spare funds that they donated to me, you know what I'm saying? So who wants some gnome weed? I got the hookup."
Oh shit. I mean, big bro, I know you said you wanted some no weed. Like, why don't you like, I mean, like, is this your plug? Is Wolf your plug?
Yeah, dude, Chad, this Wolf is our guy. Like, come on, you can smell how good that kush is. Like, hand him over however much you got. Let's smoke up right now.
Type shit. Yeah, I get you. I mean, I look back at Wolf and I ask, like, bro, you kind of look busted up. Like, what happened? Like, what, you good or something?
Wolf points over at Alum and Colin and says, "Oh yeah, you know, just sometimes when you beat up some fucking losers," and he says it loud enough for Alum and Colin to hear. He says, "You know, sometimes they try to fight you back, but you gotta show them who's alpha, you know what I'm saying? Alpha Wolf!"
Yeah, I get that. Type shit, yeah. So like, did they, like, I don't know, like, attack you or anything? Like, they seem pretty defenseless, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, kind of a dick move on your end if they just, like, were just not, like, standing there. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, were they trying to attack you, fight some shit or stuff? Because if they were, I would have, like, stepped in and help you out, bro, if I knew.
Oh, for sure, P, bro. Yeah, they fucking looked at me weird. You know, like, I felt like I wanted to smoke, start smoking. They told me to stop, says it was, like, bad for the environment or some shit. But, you know, I'm my own man. I make the rules here, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's like when you're with, Gamma Alpha Upsilon! And, yeah, Wolf just kind of, like, starts hyping up a little bit. Aaron starts getting hyped a little bit too, and he's like, Aaron's like, "Hey, yo, Chad, actually, Wolf has proven he can, like, really take care of himself and shit. I gotta know if you can box too, man. Maybe you should go, you know, scare those two off. I wanna see what you got."
Oh shit, yeah. Yo, bro, I could definitely, like, scare off those little.
Yeah.
Over there. Yeah.
Actually, while we do that, I'm a roll. You don't happen to have papers on you and shit too, do you?
Papers. I don't go to class. I don't write papers.
That's funny. All right, but yeah. Hand him the money, and, you know, go beat up those dudes, and we'll smoke after you're done.
What do you mean? Hand him the money? What? Like, why? I mean, this is for my orphanage, man. Like, this is the shit. I'm confused.
Man, they're not gonna miss it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Come on, live a little bit, man. Come on, you're out in the city. Let's have a good time. Don't be weird. Don't be gay, man. Come on.
Whoa! Who said anything about being gay?
Hey,
Whoa! I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I'm gay. I'm not
Hey,
gay.
chill,
I'm the
bro.
straightest.
Chill.
Um,
I'm just saying. You know.
would you say? Do you think I'm gay? What- I'm just saying. Do I present as gay? I'm like, I'm just genuinely like curious. Like, what the fuck? Where the fuck did that? I don't know. Insult come from? I'm just like, I'm not gay. Like, I swear to God.
Wolf, as you're, you know, saying all this, he like kind of steps to the side of you and goes, yo, Chad, you are harshing the vibe, dude. And he pushes you forward. Go ahead and make an athletics check. We're gonna contest it. See if Wolf can actually push you.
Ooh.
Oh wow. Okay. Chad, you've been working out. Wolf tries to like push you forward towards Olim and Colin, and you don't seem to budge. And he's like, damn, bro, you fucking working out? What's going on? But yeah, come on, stop wasting our time. Go beat him up and like, let's go smoke one.
Sure, for sure. I'll tell those two little punks who's fucking big boss alpha, you know. So I'll walk over.
Do you have control
And-
of? Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and move over.
I walk over and I'll approach him and be like, "Yo, like, why'd you fucking piss off my P bro?" And like, do I recognize him?
Yeah, you recognize them. Colin and Olim have grown apart from you a little bit more recently as things have sort of changed, but they looked a little shocked at you and go, Olim is the first to stand up and say, "Oh, hey Chad, I didn't see you there. I'm sorry, what's a pea bro? What is that, like, we're talking about vegetables, or did you get buy vegetables for the orphanage?"
Hey, bro. What? No, that's my pledge, bro. I thought you guys knew I was in Gamma Alpha Epsilon. Like, wait, what the? Yeah, that's my pledge, bro. Like, I ride or die for him. I'm just over here trying to say, why are you trying to start a fight with him? Like, bro was telling me that you were looking at him weird, talking shit about him, and like, I don't know, he had to defend himself. He seemed like he was defenseless, and you guys were just going fucking at it. Like, what the fuck, man?
At this point, Colin kind of stands up and he, like, coughs a little bit. And he says, "He robbed us, dude. He beat the shit out of us and took the money that we were gonna buy, you know, food for the orphanage. Where were you, man?"
What? No, that does not sound like my P, bro. That just like no. Everything we do, we're a philanthropic frat. Like we're for the people. We're not against the people. Like what? What do you mean he beat you guys up? That does not sound like him at all.
Colin will kind of like lift his sleeves a little bit and show like the bruises and stuff, and he's been like kicked in the ribs and a bunch of other stuff too, and he just says, "I can't believe this. You get a little stronger, and now you think you're not like us anymore. You think you're like one of them? You think like you're one of those assholes who just does whatever they want and fucking waste their lives?"
What the fuck? What are you talking? Yeah, I hit the gym every night now and then. Thank you for noticing, like, the muscle gain on my body. I feel insecure about that sometimes, but thank you for noticing. But no, it's not like that at all. Like, dude, the orphanage didn't give me shit like what the frat did to me. Like, I'm sorry if you don't see it that way, but they changed my life one way or another. Made me discover things about myself that I didn't know. I was able to feel, you know? So I have no idea what you're talking about. Like maybe you deserve. I don't know. Like bro, like you guys weren't there. That's the thing. You guys weren't there. So who am I supposed to believe, you or my P bros?
Colin, it just becomes more mad as you keep talking. He says, "No, fuck this. I'm telling the headmaster. I saw what you did. You gave away that fucking gold to that piece of shit douchebag instead of buying food with us. I'm gonna get you kicked out of the fucking orphanage. This is ridiculous. Come on, Alum." And Colin grabs Alum by the hand, and they begin to walk away. Chad, you know that the headmaster is fairly fond of Colin. If he tells him you're for sure getting kicked out of the orphanage, you're going to be without a home.
Shit. All right. So with that, as Colin walk away, I try to run up and like stare him down, and I just say like, oh, it's got you better not like. Oh, okay, wait. I stare him down and I say, you better not fucking do what you're about to do, or else I'm gonna fuck your shit up for real. Like, don't fucking do this.
Colin turns and he's going to try to punch you.
And I'm gonna try to block and punch him back.
Alright. Colin tries to hit you with a 3, and he barely has any power behind his punch as he, tries to hit you in the face and completely misses. Go ahead and roll.
Roll for...
You said you're gonna punch him back, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Do unarmed strike. Oh my god, I'm a... Oh my god.
Alright, let me go ahead and pause the music. Chad, roll for damage.
Oh my god. Oh, does that mean I'm gonna kill him?
No, he's not gonna die. He's just gonna get
Okay.
hurt really badly.
Oh, sorry. Oh, wait. Sorry.
So, the way that unarmed strike works is that it's 1 plus your strength, in terms of the damage, right? And so because you have a +4, that's, let's see, I think we just double the damage to 10. You crack Colin so hard, he loses several teeth and he gets punched in the nose. His nose is bleeding as well. He is unconscious, but he is alive.
Oh my god, it's such a horrible person.
Almost like,
okay.
Chad, what the fuck are you doing? You hear Chad as Aaron and Wolf in the background are laughing, and they're both smoking. What the fuck, Chad? Olim is going to attempt to sort of like help carry Colin off. Colin is having like labored breathing. He is completely unconscious and his face is changed. Wolf and Aaron walk up to you and are just like, "Oh, dude, you fucking got him good. That's crazy." Olin, with tears in his eyes, he's gonna walk away, and he's like, "The headmaster has to know. I can't believe you. I thought we were friends, man." And they're gonna continue to walk off unless you want to do something.
How much more shittier do I want to make Chad?
Oh no!
Let's go full shitty. I'm gonna walk up to Ola, stare him down again, and be like, if you tell the fucking headmaster, you're gonna end up in a worse condition than Colin. So you better keep your mouth shut. And with that being said, I end my interaction with them.
Go ahead and roll for intimidation for me, please. You can roll with advantage. I think it's deserved.
Oh, with that. With advantage. Would it just be twice with that
Yeah,
damage?
just click it
Okay.
twice. Yeah.
Alright. Oh!
Oh, okay. On a 12, Olim looks like he's about to cry as he and Colin start hobbling away, and you see from the back that Olim starts to pee himself a little bit as he walks away. Uh, Aaron and Wolf both pat you on the back and are just like, dude, you're so fucking one of us. This is, oh, we're gonna have a great time with you around. Nobody's gonna fucking mess with us now. Aaron hands you a fat blunt and is like, so dude, like I overheard a little bit that they don't want you living there no more. You want to fucking kick it at the frat house with us, bro, and we'll just like chill and party it up every night with like some baddies.
Dude, fuck yeah. I've been trying to get out that orphanage for a while. Like, you mean like kick it back, like, like domestic life or something? Or
Yeah,
uh
yeah. It's gonna be so tight, man. It's just all of us dudes hanging out, having a good time, and when we want baddies around, we bring them up. But most of the time it's just us dudes just hanging out, being
oh,
bros.
yo, house full of dudes. Shit, yeah, let me move in.
All right. And as we fade away, Chad, you know in your heart that you will never step foot in that fucking orphanage ever again.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Rose Quartz, are you ready? Hello, Jude. Can you hear? Are you muted? Hello?
Yes, yes, yes. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
sorry.
No worries.
My
As
computer's really slow right now.
yeah, sorry, I am putting a lot of stuff on screen. Can you see yourself?
Oh, you're good though.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Rose Quartz, you awaken in this room with scarlet red curtains, low lighting, alone. Uh, in fact, at this point, do you remember your own name?
I don't fucking know anything.
Go ahead and roll history for me then. Your mind feels foggy, but we can give it a try.
Okay. Oh,
Alright, very good. On an 18, the the name Rose Quartz comes to you naturally. How could you ever forget your own name? And as you look around, you realize that this appears to be part of an area dedicated to a deity that you recently began to follow. And then on an 18, I will now have that deity appear as tarot begins to appear before you. A clinking of coin, the shuffling of cards, and the dealer of fate sits in front of you. Hello there, Rose Quartz. I take it you're finally waking up?
yes.
Tell me.
Hair are
Yes, speak,
Go ahead.
child. Speak.
I don't dare interrupt.
Oh,
If you are who I think you are.
well, of course. Now, I want to help you recollect where you are. Do you remember exactly the details of the island you were on beyond this room?
All I can remember is my life serving. I don't know who, but
Go ahead
I
and
did
roll
not live
history
for
for me.
myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll history, please. Very good. On a 21, Rose Quartz, as you begin to remember more and more, you have a flash of a memory. You remember you used to worship a deity named Bulawan. Damn it, an ad. Let me wait for it real quick. Okay. Rose Quartz, this deity, and I'll type it out. Is a deity known for nobility, a deity known for selfishness and for compassion, for charity. But it seems you no longer desire to follow that deity. There's a doubt in your mind of them. I will also add on 21, you remember you're at the Light Temple. You've been studying here for a while now, studying to become a royal advisor. You are a member of a group loyal to the Empress. Now, you come from fairly humble beginnings, a small farm, a girl with talent, with magic, who couldn't help but notice. As you finish remembering these things, Taro then continues. Child, can you tell me what your purpose is?
My purpose is to serve the royal family.
Very good, very good. I will now impart upon you another purpose. There is strange and evil things brewing. I want you to simply observe. By you simply being present.
Observe?
Yes. You are to just observe, gain information, gain knowledge, learn secrets, and expose any falsehoods that you see, and report them back to me, and to your mentor here, and a sort of, cloaked in black dragonborn will then enter the room, his footsteps echoing. Now this here is Lars. He, of course, has been mentoring you for some time here at the Light Temple, but he also shares your talents and doubts. He will guide you, and he will give you more details about the things that you're going to do. You're going to be journeying, but because of your connections to Bulawan, you'll have a little bit of safe passage after all. You have a propensity for being able to heal, to create food and water and other things that clerics can do. But keep in mind, I want you to continue to observe and report back to me. And he will take out a deck of cards, shuffle them a little bit, and then hand one to you. Keep this card on you at all times. It will be our point of contact. Simply look at the card when you want to talk to me, and I will know to appear. I will also be able to observe things that you observe as long as you keep it on you. Am I clear?
Yes, but why? I mean, can I ask why me?
Of course. To put it quite simply, you are special. You have talents that are visible to the royal courts. They're preparing to head off somewhere. And you've been noticed by a loyalist named Mr. Mark Luna. He
Oh,
he thinks that you could advise the young Princess Aluna one day, and wants to see you once your training is done. You're gonna train with Lars and learn a little bit about the world, and once you're ready, you'll be appointed as an advisor. But your loyalty shall remain to me and to Lars above the Queen, you understand?
I'm not sure if I'm completely comfortable with that.
Why, pay that no mind, my dear. Your comfort is of no concern or worry. It will fade away with time. You were born for this, meant for it. You will feel yourself naturally coming into the position.
And what if I run into trouble?
Well, you are currently well equipped enough to deal with anything that comes your way, and Law shall be with you in case anything happens. Kat, thank you for letting me know. I will keep that in mind. At this point, Taro will get up, and his image will begin to sort of fade as he disappears for now. Lars will then step forward and say, "Now then, my dear, here is your equipment. We have much to do. Here is a paper that grants you safe passage as long as you keep up the appearance of being a servant of Bulawan. They have been administering aid, as you already know, but will not require you to do that as long as you continue to learn with me. Do you have any other questions before we depart?"
Can I tell anyone?
You can tell me. Do you have any companions that you trust that you wish to bring along with us?
Well, I would say yes, but I feel like I can't really remember anyone now.
Go ahead and roll a history check for me. Very good. Rose Quartz, you begin to recall a little bit of how you got to this moment. Oh my god, there was another ad. Okay. You recall a few things. You've traveled to all the islands already, having given out aid, creating food for people who need it, providing, spells of healing magic and whatnot. And then something happened. A doubt, an event. It appears you were attacked, and now you're here. And you remember a sense of betrayal, but the details are unfortunately foggy. What you do remember, though, is that through your many travels of helping people, you've made friends in different areas. Their faces and names will come back to you in time, but you have helped so many people. You certainly have friends in different places who remember you. It's unfortunate that whatever tragically happened recently can't recall all the details, but you feel quite certain you have friends out there. They're just waiting to be found.
Cool. Okay. Well, I think as of now, then, just so not to complicate things, I'll only confide in you.
Lars will kind of observe you for a brief moment and say, "Good. That is very good. Now, we will begin making our way to the air island. There's an orphanage in need. And I've heard that it seems a young troublemaker is in need of money, so we will be receiving company on the mission. I'll give you more details as we head over, but it will take us some time to make our way, but we will have no trouble making it to the air island. Are you ready?
Yes.
Then, come with me. Let us venture out. Let us become stronger, wiser, and put an end to the pretentious pretenders' plans, those who call themselves gods. Lars then begins walking out a door, bathed in light. What would you like to do now, Rose Quartz?
And I, for a second, just like observe the room that I'm in.
Yeah, make a perception check. Very good. On a 17, I'll give you some information. And then I'll say 2 questions. I think you've earned it with all these good history checks. Rose Quartz, you recognize that this room actually doesn't belong in the Light Temple. It appears that with, your new sort of introduction to tarot through Lars, you recognize that this is part of Tarot's domain that has been manifested inside of the Light Temple. And that this room has magically been willed here by Tarot and Lars, and it will disappear after you leave it, but it is real and tangible. And perhaps there might be stuff of value in here. You're not as familiar with Tarot's sort of instruments and influence. You know that he is an interferer and a foreteller. He can sometimes make predictions into the future. With that being said, I'll answer 2 of your questions, and if you need help kind of like figuring out what might be good to ask, I can help with that as well, and then answer said question.
Yes. Can you give me an example of like one question then, please?
Yeah, okay. I think a good question to ask would be how to tell if someone is a follower of tarot but is hiding that fact like you and Lars are.
Okay. May I ask that then?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you put the card away, it actually almost melts into your skin. A sort of tarot card tattoo places itself wherever you decide to hide the card, and showing that the tattoo is enough to demonstrate that you are a follower of tarot, as the tarot card design is uniquely only among the tarot cards that Tarot himself gives out. I have curiosity, what tarot card do you think Rose Quartz was given? This won't be counted against you.
I actually think I was given the magician.
Okay, I like that. Especially with the travels you're about to go on, I think would make sense to have the magician card. We'll say you have that magician tattoo wherever you decide to place it. It seems like it might yet offer a boon in the future, but you need to grow in your sort of potential with tarot first. Do you have any other question before we move on to the next scene?
How do I know that, tarot is, being real with me?
That's a great question. I'll let you make an insight check for additional information, but I will upfront say, and you can roll now. I will upfront say that tarot is very sort of like, hush hush. He keeps things on a very need to know basis. Okay, 15 is a very decent insight. Very good. So continuing with like the information that would be known to you, Rose Quartz, you would know that tarot generally, when he tells you something, he's like a fact about the world, he is generally being truthful, or at least telling you something that he truly believes. However, when it comes to either things that he is choosing to exclude or outright, maybe deceive you about, oh my god, what is with all these ads? They're ruining my vibe. Okay, sorry about that. On a 15, I'll tell you that, tarot almost tongue-in-cheekily, you would know, is like critical of, religious organizations and deities. And one of the things he says is that everybody has a tale. You just need to find it. So, on a 15, you think that tarot is being self-aware as well and saying that he does have a tell, but you don't know what it is. His face is obscured by shadow, so it is hard to get a read on him. It seems that...
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, and it seems that in your travels you will be given an opportunity to be able to fact-check different things. You are someone who possesses the skill and talent to learn a lot and be able to cross-examine information well. So it seems that it is more sort of your responsibility to verify things, but when you come to tarot to ask about a truth of the world, he generally leads you in the right way. It's just that his opinions on things he obfuscates.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, awesome. All right. And Rose Quartz, I assume that is it as you move on into your adventure.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Okay. Now, here's what's going to happen. Since Yume and Delia haven't appeared yet, I'm going to have the next scene be the one that involves them. And then after, we'll kind of like randomly all roll and go through who goes next. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Kat and Leslie, are you good to start your next scene? Awesome. Okay, let me go ahead and change over the music. And let me go ahead and transition us into the next stage. You should see a kind of long map. That's because there's like 6 different memories that we're going to be going through.
Is nothing open though, right? It's okay, there it is. Just
yeah.
kidding.
No worries, you're good. I'm having it appear now as Yume and Delia, you've both known each other for a while now, and this is pretty close to when your adventure properly starts. Oh, here, let me go ahead and fix these names. It's been a little bit of time since the eggs have fallen and the attack at the floating isles of Saphira, or the island of Saphira. Yume and Delia, uniquely, this is one of those days where you've kind of been left to yourself, and you've been asked to sort of, like, help in the, like, rebuilding of the natural parts of Saphira with, you know, the trees and things like that. You've been asked to sort of, like, help replant stuff. Delia in particular with your water bending. Oh, I forgot to remove something. Okay, there we go. Oh, you've been asked to help water plants and stuff like that. Could I get a little bit of idea of, like, how, first, I'll say Yume, and then Delia go after, how you think, you would approach this process of, like, reinvigorating the plant life in the area?
Is this on Saphira?
Yeah, this is on Saphira. You also have a visitor who is, like, coming by, and he's sort of, like, walking in the background. You see he's coming over towards you, but for now you're minding your business.
I think Yume's approach to this would be that they're probably just like listening to the plants and talking to them like almost like they're like pets, right? Or like little kids. Like, oh, your leaves are so dry. Do you need a little bit of water here? And just kind of really be slow and be patient and like listen to the earth kind of thing.
Okay. On that note too, as you've trained enough as a barbarian of the totem, you've developed an ability to communicate with animals as well a little bit. Do you end up talking to them and checking on them as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
go ahead and give me a nature or survival check real quick, your pick.
Nature or survival?
Alright. On a 9, it seems that a lot of the little forest critters are fairly scared, not of you, but just of the things that have happened recently, and they've gone into hiding a little bit. They've recluded a little bit. Your attempts, unfortunately, to sort of communicate with them have been not met. And at this point, we'll kind of zoom over to Delia. Delia, can I get a little bit of detail on, like, how Delia is approaching this regrowth process?
Well, now that I have my dog back, I feel a lot calmer.
Aw.
And with my next round, I feel like I want to do everything I can to help like my friend Ume with this her land and try to make sure like it feels like a home, and wherever I can help, like I'm like, sure, I can do water stuff or whatever. Just kind of like give me a task and I'll do it. I'll to my best of my abilities, and if I can't, then I'll just be like, yo, I can't do this.
All right.
Hell.
I'll say on that note, Delia, you come up, sort of like helping Yume, and you notice that it would be helpful to sort of like generate a source of water. Would you like to, you and Yume, start to build a well in this
Awesome.
farm area?
Let's do it.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do a series of rolls.
I've been rolling so great
Yo,
this
you and
whole
me both.
season. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
All right. There's multiple parts to building a well, but I don't want to influence your sort of process. Could I get an idea first from Delia, then from Yume, of what your first step is to building this well, and then I'll tell you the role that I associate with it.
Well, I think the best source would find like the nearest, if I can sense the nearest like water to pull the well from. I guess like where would the source be coming from? Underground,
Yeah, we can imagine.
Okay.
like the main.
Yeah. So then Delia, I'll have you roll, I'll give you two choices, Arcana or Survival, as like, this is kind of like a survival thing, right? Whichever you
Okay.
prefer, go ahead and roll, and while you roll that, Yume, what do you plan to do?
Once Delia tells me where the water's at, I feel like I would just use my earthbending abilities to create a hole in the ground.
Okay. Yume, go ahead and roll Arcana with advantage, given that Delia, you find a large, sizable wellspring underground, like a pocket of water.
Thank God.
Ooh, 16. Solid. Delia, as you go over and you find the sort of source of water, and you point out to Yume, at first it seems a little tough to work this ground. The text, it's got different types of sediment in it, and it's like kind of hard to work with, but through Delia's guidance, your collaboration, you're both able to bring up a sort of like bore a hole down into this wellspring. And you notice that inside the water seems to be very murky and not ready to be drinkable. It's at this point that a young stranger, similar in age to the two of you, walks over and says, hi there, Colin here. I'm here on behalf of the of Bulawan and her faction, asking for donations to help people in need in the different islands.
Yeah.
Delia, go ahead and roll religion. You can roll religion as well if you would like.
Losing my religion.
I know anything.
Oh wow, we're stupid. We're stupid together.
Same wavelength.
Literally, Jude and Kyra weren't here last time, but God, we were rolling so low and so similarly the entire fucking episode.
Yeah, it was very adorable.
It was very low as well.
As he kills my dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill that dog.
It's so adorable. Kills her dog.
Yeah, Yume and Delia, you both recognize, like, this is not a strange occurrence that someone is like, I'm from Bulawan's faction, I'm here asking for donations. You've never seen this guy before. He seems like he's new. He is wearing a sort of, like, pendant that, or like an amulet that indicates very clearly, you know, he is, like a cleric of Bulawan. But beyond that, you don't know too much. You have no idea of his rank, potentially, or of, like, his ability. But as he walks over, he says, "Oh, are you two building a well?"
Yeah. We are.
I'm not very, strong or good at traveling, but I do have a little bit of magic. I could try purifying the water.
Good.
Sure.
Alright, give me 1 second as I find it on, here we go.
Watch them roll as low as we do.
Okay, so let me display the spell real quick. So the range is 10 feet. I'm assuming the well is a little deeper than that, so he says, could I have one of you lower me into the well a little bit, and if you give me a minute or so, I can purify all of the water in here. Make it...
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you know how to swim?
No, I'm actually a terrible swimmer. I have, like, a breathing condition and stuff as well, so I can't hold my breath for long.
Now then, Yumi, you better take this.
I'm gonna tell Manuel to help out with this, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a survival check for me, to, like...
This kid's gonna die.
Like, attach the rope and, you know, see how well you are at tying knots and, you know, like, you could maybe secure it around, like, Mamuro or, you know, something like that.
Can I, Leslie, roll with advantage because I, Leslie, know how to tie knots? It's all a joke. It's a joke. Completely a joke.
You know what? Tell me what kind of knot you're gonna tie.
Oh,
I would,
Lord.
Okay. Genuinely, the that like double figure 8 knot for rock climbing.
Okay. All right. I'll allow it. I'll give you advantage. Sure.
One. Okay. Okay.
Yume,
God.
as you tie
Can I
this
help
knot.
tie the knot? Like you're doing it wrong.
Tell you what, Delia, I'll let you have one help. Sure, okay, fine.
Get out of the way.
One good roll.
You may, for whatever reason, you seem to be distracted, and Delia clearly points out that you missed a section of knot, or you put it in the wrong segment or something, and thankfully, because of that, Colin is a little safer as he descends into the well.
Yay, we're not gonna kill this kid.
He,
Not today.
Somebody.
Yeah. Yume and Delia, as you begin to lower him in, you do notice his, he does have some scars and stuff. It seems that he's gotten his face, sort of surgered a little bit. It seems like he has signs of, like, a bad jaw, perhaps. His nose, seems to be a little rougher. Signs of, like, broken bone and stuff. It's a little more, like, sort of inflated, almost. But yeah, as he descends, he begins to purify the water a little bit. And he yells out, hold me steady, I'm gonna purify the water now. And he begins offering a little prayer as the spell activates.
This is way more dangerous than what I had in mind, because I had in mind to just, if it was dirty, I was going to use earthbending to lower the dirt, and I was going to tell Delia to use waterbending to raise the water, but this seems
That's
way
what we're gonna
safer.
do.
Yeah, this seems way safer.
So one of the things is that he's also removing any potential disease in it. So, like, any harmful, like, microorganisms and stuff like that would make someone sick from drinking the water. Like, he's turning into, like, pure spring water, like, impeccable, and ready to drink as well. But as he begins moving around, you may, go ahead and, make a...
Kill the guy.
I know.
Make a dexterity saving throw as, Colin, he suddenly moves a little bit awkwardly and
Thank the
slips.
Lord.
You may, you anticipate this and immediately hold him steady, Delia. You don't even need to react as Yume has the situation fully under control. Colin slips, like, barely a centimeter and just yells out after a moment, thanks.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. Can I give Delia a look to see if she also noticed the scars and the mistreatment of this kid?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you saw that too, right?
Yeah, I think we just do it with, like, eyes. I feel like we're good enough friends that I could just, like, look at you and be like, you saw that, right? Like, yeah, like...
I know, he's so cute, right?
You know what? I'll let either of you make a medicine check. See if you can, like, kind of discern more information about all of that.
I'm at 2. Where are you at?
+1.
Okay.
It's not terrible.
I'm fucking
Let's
up.
go. Hey, he's so cute. I want to heal him.
I can fix him. I can fix
him. But you did not.
Yeah, that's a Delia fucking thing to say.
Delia,
I mean, I'm not wrong, girl.
Perhaps
Let me touch him.
Perhaps you're motivated by a little bit more. You may. His injury doesn't seem like anything that you've ever seen or experienced. Delia, you realize that Colin's been in a fight, but he must have been young when he did, because he had his bones sort of healed in a way where if they're more solidified and more mature, it wouldn't have healed as well. But very clearly he got into a really bad fight several years ago. And his healing also seems to have been through magic as he climbs out of the well thanks to Yume. He makes eye contact with you, and you see a gentle face scattered with a variety of scars and stuff. And as you look closer, on that natural 20, You notice it seems like in his travels helping people, it seems like he's gone into more trouble, but has been able to defend himself a little bit better.
So I just want to make sure there's nothing that indicates that this was in like recently, right?
No, it's been years. He's had time to heal, and it seems clearly he has the ability to use magic now, and he's been around people with magic. Also, production value. Give it a second. Give it a second. Oh, it's huge. It's not meant to be that big.
That's what she said. Sorry, had to. I'm sorry.
God,
Control myself.
embarrassing.
Ta-da!
I'm the one that can heal him.
Yeah, as time goes on, Colin offers to continue to help, and together you build a well, and are able to further heal the area around you. As the day begins to come closer to an end, Colin sort of offers up a prayer, and then some food begins to appear. As the food begins to start to like it seems like it's almost growing out of the ground naturally, like off of plants. And as he continues, he interrupts his prayer briefly to say, do the two of you have any dietary restrictions or preferences on food or anything like that? And then he, while he listens, he quietly continues to say his prayer. It seems like he's done this thing before.
Ate anything, and I gave him a wink.
He blushes, and says, "Oh, well, I'm not on the menu today. But Yume, what do you want?"
Oh my god!
He said today.
Sorry, that was Leslie. Yumi does not understand the subtext. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna tell you, Colin. I mostly eat a plant-based diet.
Can do. And he continues to conjure up some more food. Delia, you notice that he put some conchas in the meal, and he literally breaks bread and shares a meal with the three of you, and you feel like you found a new friend.
Or more. Aww.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we have to transition away in a little bit, but does anyone have any closing remarks to tell Colin before we move on to another memory?
Colin approached us for donations, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I just want to specify. So he has the ability to like create food and stuff, but he's more looking for like blankets or, you know, other sorts of things. Like he can make food and water. He has enough to feed people for a day, but he wants to give them things like shelter and blankets and things that you might need.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna say as you may. You have as much access to this well as you want, as long as you keep it clean, but I'm sure you're not gonna have a problem with that. We have a ton of community gardens if you ever need any sort of food. We also have like donation centers, kind of like Goodwills, donation centers and stuff. If you tell them that you're, trying to donate this to like a charity or something, they'd be more than happy to give you like blankets and other like necessities and stuff. It's all around the island.
Colin will sort of say like, "That's very helpful, thank you."
Yeah.
I gotta head back now, but before I go, if I may, and he's going to sort of like offer a little prayer, and it won't be relevant now, but I'll say it will be relevant for later. He will give both of you the benefits of bless, which means you get a plus D4, 1d4 to your rolls for the next time you show up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he'll say, the two of you have been working very hard, and it seems that the luck's not really been great, so just a little something to help you. Well,
we can really use it, Colin. Thank you.
Alright, and we'll now go to another memory. Alright, I'ma roll a d4. 1d4. Wait, shit. Oh boy, okay,
This does not sound good.
If you'll look a little bit to the left,
with Colin.
We go to another memory. So a little bit of
Okay.
background. Rose Quartz, it's been a few years, but you've traveled to Saphira, and you happen to be studying in their library. You're here because they have some of the most vast knowledge on new technologies and new developments. The sort of old world stuff isn't really here, but if you're looking for something new, it is. Yume, Alum has somehow made his way to Saphira and is training under your mother Yo to become an artificer. It seems that he is several years behind you in terms of like progress, but he's asked you to sort of tutor him for the day.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Rose Quartz, since it's been a while, I would like to ask you, what would you like to try and learn?
I would like to learn how my attitude towards tarot
Mm-hmm.
and my mentor have changed.
Sure. Go ahead and make an insight check. I'll say, yeah, the higher you roll, I'll say the more you're able to get.
Aw, man.
13. Taro's favorite number. No, I'm just kidding.
Literally better than all of my fucking rolls today. Dude, it's gonna be okay.
Rose Quartz, you've had some time now, and the longer time that you've spent, the more you've kind of like grown in maybe disdainful, depending on how intense it is. You haven't enjoyed the process being with Lars. Perhaps you've snuck away for a bit to spend time with books. But the more and more you've been traveling, the more it feels like you didn't choose this, even though you've been sort of told that you're born for this duty that is like a sacred role that's been sort of given to you, delivered to you. Yeah, and you also keep in mind that tarot sort of has this ever-present eye that the things you read and hear and see and discover, even fun little moments, are never truly yours alone. You always have this feeling of tarot watching over you. You know, like, for example, the idea of taking time away to, like, pursue people you're interested in or to take on hobbies. All of that kind of a thing has been pushed out by Lars and tarot whenever you've been caught. Would you like to roll for smut?
Okay.
I'm just gonna get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, God. No, oh my god.
Okay.
God.
Roll for investigation, Rose Quartz.
Okay. But also, can I ask, like, a lower question after, like, a serious one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Why were we just talking about this dude and now this is happening? What the
No,
fuck
we
is going
literally
on?
were.
Literally.
Oh, no, it's an 8.
You find the Twilight books.
You do not find the Twilight books. You find a book that seems very vanilla and seems very like I'm gonna just say it's a YA novel about a girl and her first
Dang
love.
it.
And
Damn, YA.
Popping in, I'm like, girl, let me show you the real section.
yeah, that and I'll even give you a name since I found a generator. It is called The Temptation of the Night, and it is about a female knight trying to find love in the world and her experiences. Anyway, we move over. Oh, actually, you had one question. I'm gonna give you an opportunity for that question before we move over to Yume and Alum.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, if it's allowed, how my dreams have been.
Very good question. You every time you go to bed, you don't really know what to expect. sometimes you have these kind of like silent nights where you go to bed and you just wake up and nothing sort of happens in the middle. And then sometimes you dream. And your dreams almost feel foreign, like they were another lifetime away. Your life seems very different from these dreams now. And these memories depict a time when you were going out into the world and you were healing people, you were making food and doing a lot of selfless things. And it felt good to help people. And now you've sort of walked away from that life, and every time you dream it reminds you that you no longer serve the people in your duties. It seems you only serve tarot for a grand scheme that you fully don't comprehend and you've not been given the details of.
Ah, I see. Okay. Thank you.
Alright. Yume, what do you think you're tutoring Alum in? Or more specifically, what do you think Yume would want to teach Alum about? As the two of you are kind of like in the back, piles of books and these like schematics and things everywhere, and Alum is excited to be here. He, you know, seems like he's really eager to learn from you.
I feel like it would be stupid to say calculus. I feel like I shouldn't say calculus.
Uh-huh. Say what your heart desires.
God. It would be math. I feel like it would be something in like I feel like Alim maybe is good at like the tinkering aspect, but maybe not so much with like the like equations and double checking things that that like things are gonna work. So maybe like in that kind of aspect. So not like the application part, because he has a lot of practice with the application part, but maybe more of like the theory stuff.
Okay. As you kind of go into that, Alm is like, man, I'm just really excited to build a steel defender soon. But I can't wrap my brain around it. It just doesn't make sense. How you... did you ever experience trouble having, you know, like having these failures in your face trying to make a steel defender work? You seem like you have it all together. I don't understand it.
No, I fucked up so much and so often, and I have to be honest on you're gonna mess up, and you have to not be afraid of messing up. The messing up is part of the learning, and oh, this sounds so fucking cliche. It's what's bad isn't fucking up. It's fucking up and not learning anything from it, right? Like if you fuck up, oh well, that's part of the process. But figure out why it was that you fucked up. Like what went wrong? Why did it go wrong? And you seem to have a lot of like intuition for like the physical application of stuff. Maybe just even trying to do things and be like, that works. I wonder why it works, can help you with the theory. And maybe seeing, hey, this doesn't work. I wonder why it doesn't work, can also like help you kind of get clarity with the theory. I kind of went backwards. I figured out the theory, and then that helped me figure out the putting shit together stuff.
Do you have more to say before I ask you a roll?
No, I was just gonna say it doesn't come naturally to me. It doesn't come naturally to anyone. It's just if you see somebody who it comes naturally to, it's because there was a lot of practice that you just weren't there for.
Okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me. And then I'll have you roll another thing as well.
What's their order persuasion? God damn it.
As you say this,
Oh God. Can I use my inspiration on this?
Sure.
Are we gonna fight later? I think I should use my inspiration. This is important to me.
No, I don't think no, I don't have any combat plan for this session.
Okay, I would like to use. This is important to me.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, go.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
13, Tara's favorite number. That is just totally a joke, by the way. I don't even know why I keep saying that,
You
but
keep
anyway.
making the no. If you keep making the joke enough times, it becomes reality. That's why the vulture dimension exists. Okay.
Hey, shh, shh, shh. I haven't revealed that yet. You don't know if the vulture dimension exists here. But anyway,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
on a 13, you see that Olim, as you begin talking, he almost started tuning you out and like hyper fixating on like his design again. And then as you start to really like open up with this insecurity and this feeling of like overcoming difficulty, he kind of stops what he's doing and looks back up at you. And he's just like, okay, so I'm internalizing the words that you're saying, but it's having a hard time feeling like real because everything keeps blowing up in my face.
Yeah, quite literally.
Yeah.
I get that. I get that.
Oh.
You know what? You know what? What if I mean, I do this all the time. I'm guilty of this too. How about instead of just focusing on the stuff that you don't know right now, how about you just focus on the stuff that you do know and have confidence in that, and then focus on like, hey, I learned this new thing, and let me incorporate this new thing instead of worrying about all the stuff you don't know. Because I'm gonna be so honest, you could spend your entire life on doing this, and there's still gonna be so much stuff you don't know. Don't worry about that.
Oh. You know, that's a good point. Then what about this? And he pulls out a cannon. Like, it like pops out. And he's like, I've been working on this for a while. I just think, you know, like projectiles are kind of cool and stuff. Also, you know, I kind of got beat up, and I'm trying to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm not really great at punching people. You know, like, you seem like you're tough, and he kind of, like, pretends to box at you, and he, you know, his hand hits your toned, you know, biceps, and he kind of, like, goes, ooh, that hurt a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I think it might be, maybe it would be better to make weapons and stuff like a dog. What do you think?
Olin, you know what it's like to get hurt by people, right? Why
Uh,
would you want to hurt someone?
you may go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Fucking bad at being fucking roll. Whatever.
You notice that, like, as you say this and you ask, like, basically who hurt you, you see that, Olim, has some, like, signs of scarring, of scar tissue, and it seems he's been, you know, it seems he has these, like, bruises and, like, scars and stuff too, the signs of, like, having been picked on. He, you know, has a lot of bandages on his hands, for example, and you know that to be the product of a lot of cuts, but it also seems like he's attempting to sort of, like, hide some of those wounds. It seems like they might be emotional in addition to physical. And he kind of, like, as you say this, the more you open up, the more he opens up as well, and he just sighs and he says, the guy I had a crush on threatened to beat me up if I ever told on him. And then he left. I can't take being betrayed again. At least, not if I know that I could be hurt physically too.
I understand that rejection is hard. I feel like I have a unique upbringing, and I feel like a lot of people see me as like an outsider, and I don't have a lot of experience with, like, you know, other people and dealing with other people. But so I understand wanting to project against that. What I don't understand, Olive, is if people hurting you made you feel this way, why would you ever do that to someone else? Why would you ever want to do that to someone else?
Olim takes a second and then looks at you and says, because it makes me feel better and feel in control. And as he says that, we're going to move back over to Rose Quartz for a little bit. Rose Quartz, you hear a little bit of yelling coming from the upper floor, but it doesn't seem like something that is a worthy distraction from your sort of time here. Is there anything else you would like to learn more about? And then we're going to have to transition to another scene.
I'd like to learn if there are any. Wait, like about
anything.
like my current. Oh, okay.
You can learn about lore. You can learn about your own personal stuff. You could even learn about like other people if you really want to.
Have I connected with anyone despite, you know, Tara and Lars being in my way?
Yeah, make for me just a like regular charisma check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof, okay.
17, very good.
Nice.
On a 17, I'll give you some like options for scenarios, and you tell me whether or not they're kind of true for Rose Quartz. I think in Rose Quartz's time, she would only have the opportunity to really spend a lot of time with other people who are secretly devoted to tarot. What kind of a person do you think Rose Quartz would open up to, given that they are also a secret follower of tarot as well?
I think that she would open up to someone who is like a little closed off, but looks very loyal. Like they look like they. Well, actually, no. I think that they would open up to someone who would also sort of talk back. Like they are there for the cause, but they are also questioning and not just blindly following.
Okay. Alright, and then I'll offer up one more thing before we move on. Rose Quartz, I do think that you have tried to pursue romantic interest at some point. I think it could only ever have ended badly. What do you think?
Makes sense.
Yeah, what do you think Rose Quartz's first heartbreak after coming to this new life with tarot would be like?
I think that it would feel just incredibly lonely because I would have thought that I met someone who I could share things with and who would understand what I was going through, even though I couldn't explain everything. But after this heartbreak, I feel like I can't turn to anyone except these people that I have to serve. So there's no one that's my equal.
Okay. Yeah. As this kind of sad moment occurs, a mutual sadness between Alum and Rose Quartz, we'll move on to the next event. Okay. Oh, this makes sense. We are starting to run closer to time, so Kat, I might have your stuff kind of go first. That way you have the option to leave. Does anyone else have like a hard cutoff at say 9:30?
I'm good
Okay.
to keep going.
All right. This next area, as we look more towards the top of the map, we find ourselves seeing Chad and Delia meeting for the first time. Now, Chad, you've been living at the frat house for a bit. And Headmaster Miso has finally caught up with you. He's given you a sort of option, as the orphanage was also the one who was giving you money. Not just enough to afford your daily expenses and stuff, but also because they believe that you should have money to spend for yourself, that it is good to have a sort of reward, and you have lost that. So instead, you are earning your keep through adventuring. Miso has offered this, and you only take it up as many times as you want to. But this is one of those such occasions where Miso is having you train as target practice.
Love it.
Chad, I would like for you to go ahead and enter a rage, as Miso is trying to, while punishing you, also help you grow as an adventurer. Would you like to enter rage?
Yes.
Alright. So you are also at the point where you do hear some sort of voices, some sort of familiarity whenever you invoke this rage, but you can't feel in touch with it yet. Whenever you go into rage, what do you think Chad thinks of as he is trained?
I guess he'll just think about how, like, everything he's done for the orphanage, and then he just gets stabbed in the back. Cause, like, he was one of the big dogs in the orphanage, and now he's upset that, like, he succumbed to the level of being a target practice. Like, he's literally just a piece of meat instead of being, like, praised and all that stuff. So
Alright.
he just has built up resent towards everyone at the orphanage.
Okay. So with that being said, I do want to give a little bit of practice with your new abilities. Chad has the ability to protect someone using the power of his rage, and currently you're being trained on using that ability as a protector instead of using it offensively. And so a person-shaped rock has been carved that you are actively trying to protect. Delia, any spell that you would like to choose, you get to shoot it at Chad, and if you would like to use meta magic, which I highly encourage you to do so, you can use it on Chad too.
Let's go. What can I do? Wait, where can I find my meta magic?
So it should be under your features and traits. So you have twin spell, so you can make it so that a single target spell would affect 2 people. And you can also use quicken spell, which means a spell that would normally cost, an action, you can use as a bonus action, and then you can use like a cantrip as your action instead. Alternatively, you could sick Nyx on Chad and then shoot him with a spell.
That's pretty much what I was thinking anyways. I was gonna get my dog to do it and then shoot like Ray of Frost or something.
Sure.
Ooh, or like an ice knife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let me go grab Nyx real quick. You go ahead and display the spell for us. Let us know what we're getting into.
My bad. Let me see. How do I display this?
Yeah, this is
go.
good. Chad, go ahead and make a dex save for me, please.
Sorry.
Oh, also, part of the thing with Nyx is that when Nyx is next to you, you have disadvantage when you... Okay, well, it's not going to really matter, I suppose. But when Nyx is near a target, that target has disadvantage on your spell saves. So go ahead and roll again. Chad, see if you get anything lower than a 4.
Nice.
All right. Chad, you take 19, or no, not 19. Is it 19? What? Oh, that was the attack roll. Oh, that definitely
That was
hits.
the attack.
Okay. You take some damage as you're trying to protect the stone rock behind you. You take the 5 is rounded down, so it's half rounded down to 2, so you take 6 total damage, Chad. And now let's see if this direwolf hits you.
Do I hit bite?
Oh yeah. Oh, that only shows for me. Mine was higher, so I'll take it. But
Okay.
yeah, I believe a 16 does hit Chad. So Chad, you take 5 piercing damage after. Also, I need you to make a strength saving throw versus being knocked prone, as Nyx is attempting to put you on the ground.
Oh.
Oh, you make this, you roll with advantage because you're raging, though. So.
Wait, so I roll.
Yeah, roll again, just see if you roll any higher.
Okay.
Damn, I'm pretty strong though.
Damn.
Yeah.
Strength saving 7.
Alright, Nyx tries to knock you down, Chad, but you're, as Nyx gets on top of you, you're able to stand up. And in this moment, you're reminded of Wolf. This literal wolf of shadows is in front of you, and very much the same. You remember the feeling of getting beat on. The feeling of embarrassment. What do you choose to do in this moment, Chad?
I choose to. I don't know. I black out for a bit, and I imagine that Nyx is Wolf without even realizing it's him. And I basically just like go ham on Nyx, and like even like throw as many punches, even if I'm missing. Like I'm just throwing, like blacking out, not really knowing what's happening, not really knowing what my body's doing, but I just know that I'm just full of
rage.
That odds rage.
Go ahead and I believe you can attack twice, so go ahead and make those 2 attack rolls with your hammer for me.
Oh wait, do I do a hit? Or is it just damage?
Okay, roll to hit again. I want to see all your attack rolls for. Okay. All right. So we'll double that 11, and then roll another 2 hit with the beer keg hammer. You actually don't have the beer keg hammer at this point.
But just roll twice.
Yeah, just roll the beer keg hammer to hit twice.
Okay.
No fucking way. What? Wait, how is that?
That's 4 in a row. That's 5 in a row. How did you do that?
Wait. What the fuck?
No.
You didn't crit. It just got above 20, I think, is why. Okay, so your damage actually isn't doubled. But, you do actually add, I think it's +2 or +3 to all of these. I'll say it's +4 total, just to make it easier. Because rage also adds to your damage, so that's 11 plus 18 is 29, plus 4 is 33, so 33 damage to Nyx. As, Chad, you get up, and you pull out your hammer, and you bash on Nyx, and you bash on Nyx. Nyx is, pounded into the dirt, with this turn. Miso was sipping tea and sitting down smugly, stops and stands up, but looks to you, Delia. What do you do first?
Oh, me as my character, I'm fucking pissed. Just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck, dude? Ready to throw something at him or like hold him or something, kill him. I think immediately I just want to like
Would you like to use hold person then?
hold person, yeah.
All right, go ahead and cast that spell.
Ugh. Whoops.
No, you're good.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. So,
Oh, okay. I was.
Chad, I need you to make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw versus being paralyzed. If you are paralyzed, any successful hits on you automatically are crits. In addition to that, Delia, would you also like to quicken cast this so you still have a chance to attack him?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Chad, go ahead and make that save for me real quick.
It was a DC saving roll?
Wisdom, yeah.
Wisdom,
saving throw, yeah.
Gotcha. Oh!
Chad, as you begin to try and bash again, you are frozen shut. You feel a chill in your blood and a feeling like you are numbed by an icy coldness as you look around and your skin is frosting over. Alright, Delia, what cantrip would you like to shoot at Chad and roll it with advantage?
I want to do frostbite.
Alright, 23 hits. Yeah, frostbite is a saving throw. So I think go ahead and click it. I think the way it would work is then Chad, let's see, let me double check the paralyzed condition real quick, and I'll even do it on stream. 5e paralyzed. Okay, automatically fails strength and dex saves. So I think Chad does have to make the con save. Let me check incapacitated as well. Okay. Yeah, Chad, go ahead and, make a constitution saving throw for me. Your DC is 15 still. Oh, you have it with disadvantage. So, well, that's one fail, but let's see if you get anything lower than a 12. Go ahead and roll again. Oh, okay. Well, 11. Delia, go ahead and click the 2d6 because you're above 5th level at this point to do 2d6 cold damage to Chad. I will, oh, and then we double that damage because it would be, yeah, okay. Go ahead and roll that damage. Okay, 22 cold damage to Chad. And then, Chad, your rage is still going on. So Nyx's damage would have been doubled and then halved retroactively. So you take 7 piercing damage as Nyx bites into your calf.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, good. But I was like, ugh.
Uh-huh.
Get him.
Yeah, Miso will then walk over, and say, alright then. Delia, Nyx, if you could stand down for a second, and Delia, of course, feel free to allow Nyx to retreat and heal. I think Chad's learned a little bit of his lesson.
This mother. Call Nyx back to me. I'm like, come here, Nyx.
You don't have to end that spell keeping him trapped like this. I rather prefer him not talk. Now, Chad.
I wasn't going to.
Now, and Misa will say, or the headmaster rather will say, now, Chad, you continue to make all of these foolish decisions. I hope you learned a little bit about how it feels when you hit someone, especially when they don't deserve it. You're lucky that out of the kindness of Lady Zariah's heart, you're still given this opportunity to have things be provided to you. But do something crazy like you've been doing, and I will not hesitate to leave you out on the streets again. Alright, Delia, let's go home. I'm sure your master is waiting. And, Miso invites you to kind of just, like, walk off with him and let Chad defrost slowly on his own.
Oh shit! Say less. Like, bye.
Alright. And then, on that note, Chad, how do you feel as, we transition out of this scene and on to the next one?
I mean, at first I'm just like I'm just kind of shocked, but like angry shock first, being like, what the heck? Like, you really just gonna let me out here just do frost? Like, dude, like I can die at the moment type thoughts. But then there's just like a tinge of guilt, just like running in the back of his mind that he tries to push out. He tries to think like, no, like I'm gonna do my own shit. Like he's wrong. Like everything I've done up to the point of life has been just for me. Like Master Miso has never done anything for me. Like he's wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's basically gaslighting himself. But he does want to like acknowledge that there is a little truth in it, but he'll stay defending himself. But he does know that Master Miso is right at the end of the day.
All right. And as we move over, I'm still keeping track of the time, Cat. I'm gonna try to move things along a little bit, and then do your kind of final thing. That way, we get yours done first. If we move over to the left, we go to the earliest memory in the timeline. As Chad, you have just been kicked out of the orphanage, and you have become strapped for cash. The frat dues are coming up soon, and you got no gold, so you've taken up a sort of, Craigslist-ass ad to adventure. Rose Quartz, you meet this short man in the forest. How do you greet him?
I'm gonna approach carefully. He looks a little scared, so I'm just gonna be like, "Hey."
How are you muted?
You good? Hey.
And Chad's like, hey, you called for my services? Like, let's just get this over with.
Your services?
Lars.
Yeah, what are your services?
Lars will then say, we're in need of someone to do a bit of manual labor for us, Rose Quartz, but first I need you to, help with something. We're looking for some of these solar-powered crystals in the area. And, I am told that here on the Air Island, they tend to be up in the trees. Rose Quartz, you are to locate one. And Chad, was it?
No, it's Chad Michael. Don't ever call me Chad again. Get that right.
My apologies, Mr. Chad Michael. I would like for you to, when the crystals are located, climb up and grab as many as you can for us. Alright, Rose Quartz. Go ahead and roll me Arcana or Survival, your pick.
Okay. Oh man.
Alright. On the 13, you're able to narrow it down to 2 trees. It's a little hard to tell, but you're able to discern through the sort of like breakage in the branches and a sort of gleam and shine coming up above. There are 2 trees. This one here, or hold on, this tree here and this tree here seem to be the 2 options that Chad has to climb on. What would you like to say to Chad?
Dude, I bet you can't fucking climb those trees.
Is that a challenge? Are you dead ass like asking me? Are you saying that I can't climb? I climb trees all the time, bro. Like you literally hired me to do this.
I don't
Like,
know. I'm just saying, like, my observation.
well, your observation is like right on the spot. Like I can't climb the tree. Don't tell me what to do. Like just so, what tree? What tree? Let me just climb this tree. I'll
You know what? What tree is speaking to you right now?
well, one of the trees looks like wood, you know. Um, and
Well, yes. Well, yes.
yeah. I know my trees. All right, calm down. Uh,
All right, Chad, left or right?
okay, let's do the right.
All right. Here, let me move you over real quick. Okay, Chad, go ahead and make an athletics check for me. On a
Oh,
9, you try to grab on this tree, and the mossiness of it is a little slippery, and it catches you off guard, and you fall, a few feet, like 3 feet or so, as you initially try to climb up. Rose quartz. At this point, I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you an option. You can either help Chad or hinder Chad, depending on your instructions, and I'll let you decide how you would like to do it. But what would you like to say to Chad?
Hey, you said that you knew your trees. You can do this.
Alright. Chad, at this point, I will also remind you that if you were to rage, you would gain advantage on your athletics check.
Yeah, let's rage.
What do you think of as you rage, and then roll me athletics with advantage?
I just think about all the people that have doubted me, that have not supported me up until this moment. I just think about how like people, especially Rose Quartz, this person that I just met, like doubts my skills as a big strong man. So I'm just like I'm like mad at everyone who like thinks that I'm not the shit, and I channel that into my rage.
Alright, roll this goddamn athletics check with advantage for me.
Alright. 1 and 2.
Damn, right
Ooh.
around Taro's favorite number. Anyway,
Mhm.
Chad, with a 14, you're able to move a little bit higher. And you see, there does happen to be some crystals up above, but you're gonna have to climb a little bit higher. Rose Quartz, what would you like to do to help or hinder Chad? As you also notice, crystals are above it.
Um. Okay. Sorry, let me just look through my spells really quick.
Sure. Since you're looking at your spells, I will remind you that if the crystals are explosive in terms of how they react to magic, so just be careful. Or you could be a little silly. Who knows what's gonna happen in the next 5 minutes?
Okay. Are there like? Can I roll perception to see if there are like any creatures around?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
On a 15, Rose Quartz, you notice it appears to be a little bit hidden as it's inside the tree. There is a wasp nest inside close to the crystals. Chad, in grabbing the crystals, it would endanger him if he disturbs the wasp nest.
It would endanger him.
It would.
Okay.
I'm so funny, guys, I swear. It would, it's in a tree.
Yes. Okay. I can see this. I can see
Yes.
the wasp.
Yes.
Would you say a wasp would understand me?
No. Is there... do you have speak with beast or speak with animals or anything? Or beast speak?
I do not. I have suggestion, but not like any animal.
You know what? Fuck it. You want to
No,
cast suggestion
no.
on the bees? I'll let you cast suggestion on the bees. Oh, actually, you know what would be really silly?
What?
You could cast banishment on Chad. He would get temporarily banished to a pocket dimension, and who knows where he's gonna be. But then when he reappears, he's gonna have to hold on to the tree really quickly.
I don't know if that's too silly. Hold on.
Do it. Cast the spell.
Honestly, do it. Let's see what happens.
Okay. I would be curious to see where you go. So.
Yeah, cast the banishment spell. Let's see what's up.
Okay. So I'm gonna look at Chad up in the air, up in the tree. I'm gonna laugh a little. I'm going to cast banishment.
Could you press the thing that says display? In particular, I want to see what kind of dimension he ends up in.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay. Chad, please roll a charisma saving throw. Your DC is 15. You'll be banished to a harmless demi-plane, but who knows, emotional damage is still fair game. And, you will remain... Oh, fuck!
Ooh. Oh.
At this point, he deserves it. Send him to the worst.
Oh. If the target is native to a different plane of existence than the one you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane. Okay. So, Chad, I need to ask you a serious question.
Alright.
Do you remember anything about your parents?
Mm.
Do you know if you're an alien? Or if you're from this world?
Oh. All I just remember is that my parents left me.
How old were you when your parents died?
I want to say at a good age of, let's say, 6 years old.
Okay, there's a chance. I'm gonna roll a D100.
Oh.
On a 50 or higher, Chad, you're an alien, and I will decide what plane you are from. Interesting. Chad, you are teleported into a sort of pocket dimension. This dimension is dark. You are teleported to a bleak sandy beach with a dark dusk of a sky above you. You are there for what feels like forever. It feels like time is passing incredibly slow. Um, and in the waters, you see visions, memories. Go ahead and roll a history or insight check, your choice, Chad.
Some insight. Oh, okay. Cool.
On a 15, you realize that the memories in the water are yours, and you see them from other people's perspectives. You see a vision of yourself getting aggressive in your face and then punching you. You falling to the ground and blacking out. You see the vision of yourself again as a member of a frat welcoming their little Chad for the first time and feeling like this is the perfect kid to have do your bidding. He seems like the kind of guy who would do whatever you asked, and you, just to see if he'd do it, ask him increasingly crazy and things that you wouldn't even do, and he does them every time. And as you begin to continue to peer into these waters and lean over and look deeper and deeper, you pop back into this dimension and you're falling. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me, Chad. See if you can hold on to this mossy tree or fall.
Oh, okay.
Chad, you fall to the ground. Now, you fall about 20 feet or so, which means I will roll 2d6. The damage will be halved, so it's half to 5. You take 5 bludgeoning damage. Thanks to your rage and the adrenaline pumping through you, it doesn't hurt so much when you hit the ground, but from your perspective, you feel like you almost fell into those reflective waters, back into this dimension. And you hit the ground with a thud as crystals of light fall onto your face. Thankfully, you possess no magic, and so they do not explode on you. Lars walks over, picks up the crystals, he throws a sack of coins onto your chest, and then him and Rose Quartz walk away. Rose Quartz, from your perspective, you see Chad go away and then come back, fall and hit his head. What are your final thoughts as you leave this guy with the crystals you came for?
I feel like, I had some fun today,
Uh-huh.
but he looks a little rattled, so I feel a little guilty.
Would you like to cast a healing word on him as you walk away?
I would like to cast.
If you'd like to cast a spell, go ahead and click it, and we'll continue on after.
Okay.
By the way, Kat, we should be good on time to get your stuff done by 9:30.
I would like to cast Healing Word. Actually, no. I'd like to cast Cure Wounds, so I go to him really quick.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
I pet his little head, and I'm like, "Hey, hope that wasn't too bad, but you did climb that tree, so good for you."
Cat is just like so. He's like dissociating so much. And he like hears a word from Rose Quartz, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, thanks, thanks. What the fuck did you do to me?"
I didn't do anything. I healed you, actually.
No, you. What? I was gone.
No, I didn't. Bye.
And at that point, we'll move on to the final memory before we go on. If you could direct your attention to the right. Here, let me do that. We continue with Rose Quartz. As Rose Quartz, we move through a few years, and you find yourself studying in a sort of witch's hut in the middle of the swamp. Lars has let you sort of take a step on your own, as he would not be welcomed, and you're learning more about the intricacies of magic from a witch, the Witch of the Wellsprings, Kaya, and her apprentice Delia. You two have been, training together for a few days now, and at this point, Kaya says, "All right, so, little fish, little dragon, I have a task for you. The two of you are to create a magical effect. The seal beneath you. You need to make it glow. I'll know when it happens, but until then, you don't receive supper, so you best get to it.
What?
Bye."
Food? Excuse me?
You hear
Girl,
click,
what?
click, as several locks activate on the floor beneath you, or on the door, as Kaya bolts out of there.
I'm gonna send my dog on her.
You need sight for the dog. So unfortunately, you cannot send it on Kaya.
That's not true. I'm gonna look it up. True.
Yeah, Rose Quartz and Delia, you've been jump scared by this task. As Delia tries to figure out revenge, Rose Quartz, is there anything you want to do?
I want to investigate the seal.
Yeah, go ahead and roll Arcana or Investigation. Either will do.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah!
Very
Let's
good.
go, bro.
Rose Quartz, you realize that the seal beneath you, it seems to be this intricate kind of seal, and it seems to be a sort of test. As you look, the spell clearly in this language called Primordial, which I believe both of you might know. It simply says the words harmony on it, and it seems that the two of you need to use a sort of combination of two spells to get it to activate.
Ah.
On
Two
a
spells.
21, I will add, it seems that it is also an elemental type of reactionary seal. So Rose Quartz, you being from the Light Island, it makes it clear to you that you need some sort of spell associated with light, and Delia needs a spell associated with water. You would know that Delia is a waterbender at this point.
Oh, okay.
Is there water on me?
Yeah. There are, there's a cauldron with water, and, a few other things.
Well, I can just put water to mimic the same, I guess, design of the seal. I don't know if you have anything that will, make it, reflective. Any light you put on it could probably reflect the water off it. That will illuminate, right?
That's true, yeah. I mean, I'd. Mm, hmm. Like any light at all?
Why
Who
not?
knows?
Water's really reflective. What kind of light do you have?
I have a guiding bolt,
Hmm.
so I could possibly cast that into the water. What do you think?
I think that could work.
I mean, I also just have like a light cantrip.
Maybe we just need you to touch it with your light.
Okay, yeah.
If
Okay,
you
so
cast a
true.
spell, please
Um,
display it in the chat.
Okay, cool.
Shape of water.
Let me get that going. Or display.
All right, very good. As the both of you, off of Rose Quartz's intelligence, you're able to discern what you need to do, and as both of you use spells that, while on their own, are not very potent, you can create something very powerful with combining their effects. And Delia, as the water begins to mix with this light, you begin to notice that the water becomes warm and then starts to boil. It appears that the seal on the ground is this kind of like focusing seal, and it takes this light from Rose Quartz's cantrip and focuses it into the water and magnifies it, creating a heating effect.
Ooh.
I would.
Can I immediately just freeze it? Like freeze the water?
You certainly could. The water would then begin warming up, but I would like for both of you to make survival checks for me, please.
Oh.
Please.
Please!
Please.
On an 11 and 13, you both realize something kind of humorous. Rose Quartz and Delia, you begin to Delia, you begin to experiment, you freezing this water, and then it slowly starts to like warm up and defrost. And as both of you look at it and look around, you realize that Kaya has left new things in this room for you. And you begin to put things together. The cauldron, the water. You're in the process of purifying water and boiling it, right? You also notice that while normally there are like material components for spells, the eye of a newt, a giant's toenail, you notice there are also food ingredients like potatoes and bouillon and other things. And it dawns upon you that the seal on the floor appears to be a sort of like induction stovetop.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And as you realize it, Kaya's words begin to echo, and you realize hours have passed now. The sort of sun has gone down. Kaya said no supper for you until you figure it out. You realize that you're not practicing a magical skill. You're practicing a survival skill in this moment. With that knowledge, what would you like to do?
I look at Rose, I'm like, do you have any experience in making soup?
Well, as I've traveled, I was in charge of the cooking usually, so yes, I can scrounge up a soup.
Cool. Let me see what I can use to help. I'm very good at cutting. What do we have here? Can we look around and see like so there's all this type of veggies,
Yeah.
ingredients to just make soup.
Either
Are you a vegetarian?
yeah, make a survival check for me. See what kind of food is around.
God damn it, Rio. Why do this to me? You know what's good? Potato soup. Just potato and water. With some seasoning on there. Boom.
Yeah, I'll say on a 13 you do find potatoes. You find some different seasonings like maybe perhaps turmeric, rosemary, and the sort. Deal it being from underwater, you do recognize some more like underwater kind of things. Like you see seaweed, for example.
Thank God.
Ooh.
Can I just start munching on it? Like it's like a fucking
yeah.
snack to me?
No.
There's freeze-dried there's like dried seaweed and stuff too if you would like to snack as you continue to cook.
I see.
But yeah,
I'll try it.
There's like
it's really good.
I mean, yes, that sounds tasty right now.
Rose Quartz, go ahead and also make a survival check.
Please roll hard.
Yes. We'll see. Oh no.
On a 10, Rose Quartz, you have this sort of a flashback feeling, brief albeit, where one of the nights when you still were sort of on the road and you had maybe a companion or two along and you didn't have much to eat, and so you made a very simple stew, one that had, you know, all of the basic necessities you could think of. A sort of grain is in there, a little bit of salts, perhaps, you know, something to also add a little like earthy bit of flavor. And you know, if you eat meat, perhaps you added a little bit of like ration meat, like some pretty salted meat that would have been preserved for the road, things like that. And you find very similar sort of survival ration-y type foods like that around you as well. What would you like to throw into the pot?
I would like to see if there's any like I saw there's seaweed. Is there miso?
Yeah, I'll say sure. Yeah. Are you making ramen?
That would be interesting.
Well, actually, yeah. Can I see if there's like a recipe book or if I can find like noodles or something to make ramen?
Yeah, Delia, make a history check. Rose Quartz, you can either roll a history on your own or you can give Delia the help action.
Where is your I think your history is probably stronger than my history. But I'm gonna take it anyway.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot that ramen was my favorite food.
That's 20.
Rose Quartz, you may roll if you would like to still. However, on a natural 20, Delia, you remember one of the early memories you had with your mother, Sable, where underwater she took you to this traditional sort of ramen shop, a hole-in-the-wall place run by like this octopus man. And as you ate this as a child, you remember asking him why it was so delicious, and he told you that it was very simple. You put love and a lot of MSG into it. And so in this moment, you emulate this memory, this beautiful moment, and a meal you shared with your mother, you now share with a new friend.
Oh, I am excitedly bouncing up and down and telling Rose like, "Oh my god, girl, I totally got it. I remember this recipe. My mom showed me how to make it. Here, let me just find the stuff." And
Oh my god, you're about to put me on.
I'm like, "Let's go. I'm gonna change your world. I'm gonna put you under the sea. I'm gonna put you under
Oh my
the sea."
gosh.
And I am like animated, just like throwing shit in the fucking pot. Like, I remember this. I remember this. I remember this. This looks like it'll be a good fit. I'm just throwing it in there. I'm just like, yeah, it looks like a fucking disaster to Rose. I'm imagining like, what the fuck are you throwing in there? I'm like, I promise you, it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
And as this joyous night of cooking occurs, Rose Quartz, what are your final thoughts before we move on to the next section?
I am sort of looking at our food, at Delia, and I feel really grateful because we did this together. And it's been a long time since I've really done something else without Lars. And I briefly feel like the eyes of tarot. Oh, I don't feel it. Like I sort of have like a weight off my shoulders for just this moment.
That's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
As we move away from this moment, we now cut to a week before the four of you will enter the Founder's Tomb. If you look slightly below, you will see that each of you received a letter from Headmaster Miso. And I'm going to summarize it for the sake of time, but essentially, the four of you were recommended by four people. Mr. Erat, Kaana, Calliope, the Witch of Dreams, and Mr. Luna, who each recommended one of you for this sort of joint mission. Miso has instructed you to sort of gather your last things with a little note from each person on where you might go to receive a special item. You may have not received your hammer yet, neither have you, Chad. Rose Quartz, you have not received your deck of cards. And Delia, you have not yet received your tattoo that you are known for on your face.
Oh.
And now, I'm going to move us over to the next area. Give me one moment.
Fight scene!
No!
He lied.
Unfortunately, I don't think we have time if you really wanted to fight people, but, you know. Okay, first we'll start with you, Cordelia. Okay. Okay. Production value. Delia, do you see yourself in another witch's cottage?
I do.
You find yourself in a cottage with warm lighting and drawings all kind of strewn about it. You are kind of sitting waiting as you prepare yourself to receive a tattoo that is meant to protect you in your journey. At this moment, a witch walks into the room.
Witch of the Woods.
Hi there, sweetheart. Are you ready for your tattoo appointment?
Yeah, let's do this.
She then takes the stencil from her paper and, as a sort of magical display, she takes this sketchbook that she has and she almost reaches into it, her hand going through the page, and pulls the ink out of it and places it upon your face. This sort of design, which has these sort of like spirals and almost like a vininess throughout it.
Awesome. Looks sick.
As she begins placing the stencil, which reaches from your clavicle all the way up to your temple, she says, "Do you know why I chose these sort of leaf patterns?"
No. Cause you like herbs? I don't know.
Well, I do love a good herb, but the truth is that these are the designs of coconut leaves. they're considered sacred for a humble reason throughout the islands. They're used very often, and there's something powerful in that humbleness, that usefulness, that it is very not special for it to be here, but it has always been with us. Sometimes it's put at the entrances of homes to ward off evil. Sometimes people carry it with them as a good omen. And now you will represent it and channel that protection in yourself.
What does it protect me from? Myself?
The Witch of the Woods, Calliope, will say, "Oh no. When I say it will protect you from evil, it'll protect you from people that mean you harm. This is one designed for an adventurer just like you." I myself have a similar tattoo, and she shows sort of like on her chest, she has a tattoo almost like an Eye of Evil with the blue sort of like iris. When she says, "My girlfriend put that one on me." But
That's pretty cool.
thank you.
Does it mean anything?
It means you don't fuck with witches, because we'll get you back. Are you ready?
I'm down with that. Yeah.
Calliope then begins tattooing this symbol across your neck and then your face. And as you do, you feel the sort of protection come over you, and you hear the voice of your mother, Sable, for the first time in a while, asking for you to not do anything too reckless and not do anything she wouldn't do. You hear it clearly in your head. How do you respond?
I think I'm like really like I feel like upset. Like I'm like, oh, now you want to like talk to me? Now you want to make time for me? I kind of just like want to go against it and be like, you know what? I'm gonna do whatever I want, whatever I feel like. That's what I want to do.
As you think this to yourself, you feel the warmth of a smile and a sort of kinship, a relatability as the tattoo finishes. Calliope, the Witch of Dreams, then her face very close up on yours as she does the tattoo, moves away to admire the work and say, "You remind me of your mother, you know? You look..."
Which one?
Well, both of them are quite beautiful, but Sable
Good answer.
is the only one with tattoos like this. Well, I wish you good luck, sister.
Sure. Who are you?
You're another witch. Well, you're not part of the coven quite yet, but I consider you one of us.
I am pretty powerful.
That you are. Calliope will then kiss a piece of paper and then hand it to you and will say, "This is a temporary tattoo. It has the effects of healing. Keep it with you in case you need someone to kiss your boo-boos."
Okay. I kind of like gently fold it up and like put it in my pocket. Like, I don't think I'm gonna need it, but no, you never know.
Calliope
Been getting
will...
my ass beat.
Calliope will then say, "Well, you never know. Alright then. Stay as long as you like, but I have business to attend to in the morning. And, Cordelia, before you depart to the Founder's Tomb, how do you feel as, Calliope shows you this sort of genuine warmth and welcoming that you haven't felt in a while?
I guess like I feel excited to start my new adventure. Like this is gonna be a new me. And so like okay, I'm ready to begin my new adventure. I'm going to make a name of myself. I'm gonna be stronger, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna prove that I am powerful with my dog.
With my dog. Got that dog
With
on
my-
you.
I got my dog, like my support, my animal support,
Your emotional support
the
animal.
support animal. Like you've been through it with me.
Nyx is like, Delia, I sense you're about to have an anxiety attack.
Seriously, right? I'm just like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm
Alright.
okay.
Yume, are you ready? Hello, Yume?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I was muted.
Yeah, no worries, you're good. Yeah, you haven't gone in a while, so I wanted to have you go next.
Okay, I'm doing laundry. We're
Okay.
good.
Yume, we cut to you and Mamoru, about to depart. Your family home with the garage in the back, is one of those miniature floating islands. One of the interesting things about Saphira is that there is a sort of safety enchantment, throughout the islands, where if you jump off, a feather falling effect will automatically activate, and will
Okay.
safely allow you to fall, down to the ground 600 feet below. For reference, that's like jumping off of the Space Needle in Seattle and being perfectly fine.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you descend at a very graceful pace. You would take 0 damage. But as you go and you're packing up, you hear one of your mothers say, "Hey, Yume, wait a bit." As Kai, comes out, holding, one of the many kittens that roam around that she's adopted.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Yume. How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm kind of just excited, I guess. I'm sad I'm gonna, I'm not gonna see you guys. I see you guys every day, but we'll be okay. I'll write letters and stuff.
I appreciate that. Now, I know you said goodbye to Yo and me already. I was crying in our bedroom. But
Mom.
I wanted to give you something. Something that, your mother almost forgot, but here. And Kai will sort of take out, this chest. And will open it up. And inside is a family hammer with, these sort of, like orcish, runes engraved into the side of it.
Production value. Production
Production
value.
value. Would you like to read what it says?
Yeah, of course. Can I read that language? Like what? I don't know what language it's in.
Yeah. Yeah, you know Orcish. You have been taught by Yo.
Got it.
Yeah, on it is the name of every person who has wielded this hammer in your family, going back several generations. And then
Nice.
Kai takes out a sort of, soldering iron and says, "It's your turn, sweetheart."
Is she giving me the soldering iron? And am I
Yeah.
soldering my name on it?
Yeah, you're soldering your name on it. And at this point too, there is a sort of like information that's also added. Like it's almost like a short sentence that you're engraving with your name, and then a little bit about you. You see that on Yo's it put, You know, it says Yo, and then whatever her last name might be. And it says an inventor, a wife, a mother, and an environmentalist. What would Yume like to add after their name to sort of describe a little bit of who they are?
I think Yume is gonna write Yume and Marumo. Adventures, and out to do no harm.
Yume, as you finish writing it, you feel the
Not to
weight.
help and do no harm. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. You feel the weight of the hammer, and you notice that on one side, a seal begins to appear resembling that of Earth, and on the other, that of fire. And a sort of molten core in the hammer activates and channels a little bit. You feel it connect with these two parts and of your identity, of your bending abilities.
Nice.
Kai will say, you know, you've grown so much, and you've gotten so smart and so strong. You've helped so many people on the island. You've even helped, you know, one of the apprentices, you and Mamoru. And I'm sure that those band-aids have been put to use, but you don't have to. I don't have to remind you twice, but I'll say it anyway. Don't get hurt out there, okay, kiddo?
I know. But I know you're my mom. I know you have to say that. But I know you know I'm gonna be okay.
Kai will then also say, it's been a good 7 years seeing you grow from someone to couldn't even get your little guy working to someone with a full-blown great companion. And, you know, you've got a little bit of definition now. She'll sort of like squeeze your biceps and just say,
Ma.
and she's like, I'm just proud. You know, you got a little bit of gains on you.
This is like what grandmas do when they pinch your cheeks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jokingly flex like how gym bros do it, but like just super sarcastically, like just to try to make my mom laugh because I know she's sad.
Sure, roll for a performance.
You make me roll for it, you know it's gonna go bad.
Listen, either it's funny or it's impressive. There's no losing.
It's just gonna be funny.
Oh, hey, it's Serco's favorite number.
God damn it!
With a 13, you do it kind of ironically, but you do hit a fairly decent pose, as Kyle will say, oh, we have a little power lifter, don't we? Well, you got a long way to go before you, end up with something like these, and then Kai will hit, like a bicep kind of, like, pose, and her biceps, like, inflate. She doesn't wear sleeves,
Her
and
arms.
yeah, her arms are definitely bigger than yours, and you see that if she had sleeves, they would rip right now.
Yume is kind of like sitting on the ground because she was just soldering her name and stuff and all this stuff. And I feel like she's sitting like crisscross applesauce on the ground, and she just goes and like, you know, kind of like politely claps, and so will Marumo like try with his little robot hands to clap.
Yeah, Mamoru will actually like get on his hind legs, and then like do a little clap with his front legs. Yeah, and Kai says, I know you've never done this before, so I'm just going to say it feels very scary, but with a friend by your side, it won't be too bad.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little bit scared, but I'm out here I just want to learn more stuff, you know? Like, I feel like I know this island like the back of my hand, and I want to see what's out there. You get to go out there all the time, so does mom, and I just I want to see it for myself, you know?
Definitely. It's a big world out there, and there's a lot that needs to be done. But, yeah, just don't forget to send letters regularly.
Yeah, I got
Alright.
you. I could text you. We got crystals.
We do have crystals thanks to your mother. Alright, give me a hug, and then I'll let you go.
Okay, can it be like a really tight hug? Like,
Yeah.
both of us are kind of just showing off. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And as both of you kind of hug, you know, Kai tries to kind of like lift you up in a bear hug. You try to lift her up in a bear hug.
Cute.
Yeah, and as you begin to part ways, Kai is like, "All right, kiddo, leap of faith, yeah."
Ready, Madama?
You may go ahead and make an athletics check as Kai's gonna try to push you off.
Okay. My goal is to just. Okay, yeah, she's totally kicking my ass. So I'm definitely gonna like. She's gonna push me off, right?
Yeah.
And then once I'm falling, I'm gonna kind of turn around and make it look like I'm just kind of almost like starfishing, but like with my back to the ground, so that I can look at my mom and just kind of like salute as I leave, as I go through the clouds.
All right. Yume, as you fall through the clouds, you see your mother begin to tear up and wave goodbye to you, as does the cat in her hand. Mamoru will also kind of like leap and bound and jump, diving in after you as you feel the magic kind of embrace you. You go from a free fall to a float as the islands slowly fade from your view.
Nice. I don't know how I'm gonna stop myself from falling.
Oh, so
I'm assuming I have something in. Yeah.
Yeah, so the way it goes is that
The feather falling thing.
yeah, it's the effect of feather fall.
Okay.
And it's like a gentle, like you're descending at like 10 feet a second, or 10 feet every 6 seconds or so.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, so across 10 minutes, you fall to the, the ground essentially. And you can choose to sort of like, as you get closer, allow the magic to fade away and just kind of like land in a jump.
Sure.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna... Alright.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Founder's Tomb is on the Air Island as well, so, yeah. Alright, Rose Quartz and Chad, I would once again like for the both of you to roll initiative to see who's kind of ending to these memories we see first.
Bye. Oh my god.
That's a slay initiative if I've ever seen one.
Time to use my nat 20, my birthday 20.
Oh, dude.
Wait, I can only use that this week, right?
Yeah, only this week.
Alright, Jude, I'm gonna use it.
Wait,
Yeah,
actually,
Thursday.
I would say
Thursday.
save it for the scene. I would say, honestly.
Save it for the scene? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just roll just to see what happens.
If it's nat 20, I'm gonna shit myself.
Roll initiative.
No.
Oh, thank God. Okay, cool.
Alright, Jude, do your thing, I guess.
You could look to the top left corner. Rose Quartz.
Yeah.
You are finally making your way on your own from the Light Temple. Because of this mission being higher priority, Lars has unfortunately had to release mentorship of you as you become a sort of free and developed agent, on par with Lars in terms of skill now. It seems like you won't be coming back to the Light Temple for a while, as these like Bulawan papers won't be in effect anymore, in at least not as greatly, since you won't be traveling with Lars. How do you feel about that in this moment?
I feel like the reins have been loosened a little, so I'm very like hesitantly happy.
As you feel these emotions and walk to the entrance and for you the exit of the Light Temple, it seems a clergyman, hooded, walks into view. They seem to be offering a short prayer.
Can I join him then?
Her, but yeah.
Her. Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead and roll a religion check for me.
Yes. Oh my god!
Wow! If you roll a third one, that's a, you know, you get a 20. Rose Quartz, you notice that while most people here are, the Light Temple's open to several different denominations, but this stranger seems to be praying to Bulawan. And you are familiar with the prayer, and you join. The stranger sort of thanks you, with a bow, and then says, "Hi there. I don't think I've seen you around before. We must have missed each other."
Hi, I'm Rose Quartz. I don't think I've seen you either. What's your name?
Oh. Unfortunately, I can't tell you my name, but you can call me Sunshine.
May I ask why I can't know your name?
It's a secret.
Is it a secret I can know someday?
It depends. How about this? I'll give you a hint. With a gift. Hold out your hand. And close your eyes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I do that.
The stranger will place a deck of cards in your hand. And, for a second, will hold your hands and say, "A lot is going to change very soon, Rose Quartz, and I wish you the best."
Wait. Can I do like a history check?
Sure.
Oh my god!
What are you trying to learn?
I'm trying to learn if this person is familiar to me. At all.
This person is familiar to you. You recognize this person by their voice alone a little bit. And it seems this person is someone who has journeyed the same roads as you. I know you're going to be leaving for a while, so I'll take care of things here while you're gone. But do me a favor. Don't ever come back.
What?
You
Well,
owe me
I thought.
that.
Wait, what did you say?
She says, "You owe me that for everything."
Listen, Sunshine. I have every right to come back if I wanted to.
She whispers and leans in, sort of slightly, and says, "I know you work for Taro. I don't want to fight you here. But please, no more lies. Leave now, or I will kill you.
You wouldn't!
You've taken
Sorry.
a lot from this place, and I intend to right those wrongs. Take your usurper, interfering god away from these holy places. Please."
Okay. Sensing some, tension, I will leave, but I want to say one last thing to Sunshine. I want to say it happened for a reason.
I know. As Sunshine walks back, she turns to you one last time as you are about to part, and she says, "In another life, perhaps we could have been friends. But it seems that you weren't born for that kind of a friendship."
I feel regretful that we had to meet under these circumstances. But I am here, and this is my life.
And this is mine. Rose Quartz, as Sunshine says these words, she disappears from view. As you leave, what do you ponder on?
I feel, or I'm just thinking about my life before and what I've done to get here, and the amount of trust that Taro and Lars have in me. And despite me sort of feeling resentful, I still want to carry out what I need to do.
All right. Filled with
I feel yeah, sorry. I was going to say I feel determined. And even though I'm like a little guilty, I feel righteous.
All right. And Rose Quartz, as you leave this place, heading towards the air island of Erenia, you feel a weight lifted, the breeze at your back, and momentum carrying you forward. All right. And last but not least, we now move to Chad. Chad, you find yourself outside of the orphanage. The headmaster appears before you and says, "Chad, Michael Brosif, it appears we will not be meeting for a long time, huh?"
I guess so. I mean, you obviously said what you needed to say, and I feel very unwelcome here. So I know when the party's over and when to get the fuck out. So yeah.
You're right. Here. And the headmaster will throw you the last payment that you've earned and say, but you really should stay for a second at least. You owe that much to these two. And as the headmaster walks back, you see two people appear before you. Two people from your past. Alum comes before you in this sort of like futuristic armor, and appears to be armed, has a sort of cannon contraption strapped to his back. Technology from Saphira appears to also be on his person. His face seems a little better for wear, as does Colin next to him. A armored cleric of Ulawan standing at 6'4". He seems to have risen above you and everything that you've put on him. He doesn't seem to be breathing as heavy anymore. They are holding hands in front of you, and Alum then pulls out something wrapped and unfurls a hammer, with the hammerhead being a beer keg stand. He lets go of Colin's hand, puts it before you, and says, look, I hate you, but I still care. And I heard you're going off somewhere far and dangerous, and well, it wouldn't feel right if you died before I get to punch you in the face one last time. So I'm giving this to you so you can come back. Because I'm going to be the one who puts you in the dirt. You understand that? So don't die until then. And he squeezes Colin's hand.
The whole time he's saying that, I'm like looking down with shame. And I'm staring at the beer keg hammer, just holding back a tear. Not because of how majestic and beautiful it is, but because this is the first time that Chad has found, like, or has experienced, like, an ounce of not fully forgiveness, but reconciliation. Something that he's never been able to experience. So he gracefully takes the beer keg and finally looks Alum in the eye and gives him a stern nod, meaning understanding that, like, basically being like, yeah, what he did was fucked up, but he's still very touched by the way how he cares for Chad.
After this interaction, Colin will speak up a little bit and say, I haven't forgotten what you did to us. I'm not going to forgive you either. Things are different now. And if you ever do something like that again, I will not hesitate to put you in the dirt myself. People like you, people like the Empress, who step on us, those of us who are weaker or vulnerable, we're not going to stand for it anymore. You're going to have justice served to you one day. And so will the Empress, and so will every other royal fuck out there who has ever disrespected the common folk like us. Don't you ever forget that, Chad.
I look Colin in the eye and I say, I understand. I know this is so like premature to say, but or like I know this is way too late to say, but I wanted to express that I'm really sorry. And now I'm looking at the both of them, like addressing them both. I'm just like, and I say like you guys were there for me from the day that I got here to up until now, and like I get it. I'm the hugest dick in the world. Me, I got a big dick, but like I am, in metaphorically terms, yeah, I'm the hugest dick in the world. And you guys didn't deserve that. And I I think this is a good stepping stone. I feel like if there was anyone else in the world who needed to knock some sense into my brain, it'd be you two. Because I know every life lesson that I had with you two has definitely put me in a step closer in the right direction. And you guys keep me grounded, you know? And I know I fucked up the relationship, but I'm really hoping that one day, when all of the shit is said and done, I'll come back to you guys and I will have you guys lay me down in the ground. So that way I know that I died in the hands of good people.
Colin and Olin turned and began to walk away a little before your words ended. And Olin will turn back before and say, I hope you find love. And it slips out of your fingers. And he's going to walk away. Back into the warmth of the orphanage. And as Chad walks away on that note, what does he think? And what does he feel as we bring the session to a close?
And the first time since his parents died, he's finally felt he's finally felt what heartbreak is like. And he's completely shattered. And he feels like that the people that or like he realizes that like he loved them very much and that it's basically he realizes that it is his fault for things ending this way.
And as Chad walks from the orphanage to the founder's tomb, buried by the words and guilt that he has dug for himself, we'll end the session here, as we're all caught up on the timeline. And the next time we meet, we'll begin at the Water Temple.
Wow.
God damn.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a lot.
Yeah,
good one.
so how's everyone feeling? Do we want to look at memes?
That was the most
Let me
brutal
see.
fucking thing. Jesus Christ.
I know.
Holy shit.
God damn, dude.
There are no memes. Like,
Like no, we're just sitting here. We just
Oh, there's one. I see one. A
Oh,
druggie.
was my meme the only meme?
Yeah, a druggie of. Oh, here, let me actually zoom in. That's not enough. A
Only
druggie
thing I made.
bullied children. A closeted gay who stole money from an orphanage for drugs and beat up his friends to fit in a frat.
And it's literally just like, woo! The three of them.
Yeah. So I can end the stream now, but I think it would be interesting to like talk a little bit on stream about how everyone feels now that we've kind of like sped run like everyone's backstories and stuff. How's everyone
I-
feeling? I know I hit you with the hammer at the end, but
Literally.
yeah,
I have
Yeah.
lore questions.
sure. Okay.
Because, okay, I have two. I'm gonna ask them now before I forget them. One is that Chad, when Chad was introduced to everybody, specifically said, like, oh, I owe everything to Zariah, blah, 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 blah. But it sounds like he hated the stuff at the orphanage, is what's happening, that, like, he's just like, damn, I fucked up. And now he's like, no, actually, like, I owe Zariah a bunch of stuff, and I actually owe the orphanage a big thing of debt or whatever. That was my lore question. And then the second question, oh, fuck, see, I forgot it. No, okay, the second question is going to come back to me. I guess we can talk about this one until I remember the other one.
Yeah. So my kind of thought, and Kara, feel free to jump in.
I remember. Sorry. I want to know.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I'm just going to say, I want to know what made Chad finally fucking say that he's sorry and realize that he fucked up. But anyway, we'll get to that one second.
Okay.
We're
So
gonna
the first
investigate
thing
Chad thing.
with Chad being like, I owe Zariah. So, in the audio that you can't hear on stream on the VOD, one of the things I said was like Zariah closed her book and it was the last time many people saw her.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of the staff would speak very highly of Zariah and people and the townsfolk, especially near the orphanage. And so I think Chad has this image of Zariah being like this badass assassin in his head and knows nothing of her personal life. In fact, probably many people don't. He just sees like this is someone who showed it to the man and stood up for what they believed in. And I think in that kind of like toxic masculinity way, Chad like sees himself in Zariah, but only in the fact that he's like, oh, I'm like Zariah's like Batman, and the reason that Batman works is because he's super violent and he can do what he wants, and that like laws are holding people back from
And
finding
you've
justice.
completely missed the point, kind of thing. Yeah. Okay,
Like,
that makes sense.
Chad's the kind of person who like read Watchmen and was like, oh, like Zack Snyder understands comics when Zack Snyder is the only person who doesn't. Like I don't know if I've really like hit my nerd niche, but yeah, it's like
I wish I understood the reference, but yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's
get
my
it.
thing, is that Chad only knows Zariah's reputation.
Okay.
Yeah, Kara, feel free to add anything to that about Chad being like, I owe Zariah everything. But also, I feel like you're the only one who could really answer what made Chad say sorry.
I guess it's just like, everything's crumbling on him. Like, it's the place that he found home, and the fact that like he doesn't have a home anymore. It's like, oh shit, like this is actually happening.
Oh, it's like he didn't realize what he had until he lost it, and then he's like, dude, I fucked up.
Yeah, pretty much. Because it's like, oh, he was used as a target practice. He like lost his two friends. Master Miso basically like fucking got his ass by saying got his ass. It's just like, oh, one after another. Like after that event, it's like, oh shoot, like I can't win at this point.
Yeah.
And
so now he's like, maybe I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Am I the problem? Is it me?
Yeah, I also think
Is it me, Jesus?
it's kind of implied, but I'll say it outright, is that like the frat bros weren't there to say bye to Chad. They didn't give him anything either. It feels like they only really ever took stuff from him too. I'm sure like you felt that as well.
Yeah.
And I guess it was like it was later revealed that when Chad was with Rose Quartz, like when he saw that vision where they just like his frat bros basically just like just used him to do fuck shit. So
yeah.
See, I'm telling y'all, there's character lore to this. There's character lore.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
I know.
Chad's more fucked up than we thought.
No, it's layered. There's so many layers.
You
He's like an
swear
onion.
like we would.
He's like
You
an
swear
ogre.
like he's like an onion. You swear like we would have let you play some stupid dumbass if he wasn't just gonna like have really good character development. So annoying, not even just stupid, just like annoying. if he was
Yeah.
gonna have great character development.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be playing it, I'm just like, wow, I'm like, how am I able to salvage this? Because I'm just like, I wish him the worst so he can have really good character development, but I'm just like,
Mhm.
wow, wait, I might have gone too far.
Dude, when you crit on Colin, I was like, oh fuck.
I know.
No, that
I
was
didn't expect
that was so for the story, you know.
Yeah.
I was so upset.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream there. We can keep talking, but I don't want it to be too long. It's already at 3.